Hello and welcome to DCP Live, episode number 147. It is a very, very special episode because we have a certain returning member of the podcast who has dealt out many a dong recently in the past month.
Oh, yeah.
Millions, he said.
I've been making it ring dongs all over Southeast Asia.
He's been raining the dong all over Southeast Asia. That's right. That's Pope Bear. That's Pope Bear, guys.
That's Pope Bear. That's
I'm
classic
here.
Pope activities.
You know what? You feel like a boss when you go to the ATM and you pull out some money and it comes out in millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Millions of
Does your
dongs.
finger get tired of like hitting the zeros? Like, oh man.
So there's a limit to how many dong you can get at a time. So at an ATM machine, I had to go back.
I don't know about that.
Well, there's only so much dong you can get before it
caps out.
You're overloaded. Yeah, it caps you out.
Huh.
There's only so much paper that can come out the slot, you know. So when you go there to get money, man, you're pulling out 3 million, 4 million dong a time.
3-4 million dong at a time. That's amazing.
4 million dong. Yeah.
So when you're buying stuff, man, you're feeling large. You're like you go out to dinner. You're let me get this. You get the bill. It's
Fred
like
is so disappointed in us right now.
It's like $1.5 million dong. You're like, I just spent $1 million dong on you, baby.
Damn.
It's good.
That's quite the dong talk right
good.
there. That's amazing. So what?
The dong talk.
What is the reason behind all these dongs, Pope?
Oh, well, so I needed a chance to really vacation away from us, from you guys. No, I needed a vacation, and I picked up my family and we went to Vietnam for a month. And as a 40-year-old man, I had never really taken a proper vacation before, where I had unplugged, not worked, not looked at emails, and it was much needed. I spent 4 weeks traveling from Hanoi to Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City with my family. No access, nothing, no cell phones, nothing. We did a lot of just spending time with each other. It was
How
great.
many times did you wake up and yell out, "Good morning, Vietnam"?
Not once, Briar.
What? You should have
Missed
done it at
opportunity.
least once.
Wow. I love to smell napalm in the morning.
You might want to go
Is
back.
that what it is?
Yeah.
But it was hot. It
You
was
need a
so
redo.
hot. I saw an orange man burst into flames.
You
It was
saw
that
it.
hot.
I
An
thought
orange
you
man?
saw an orgy.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say orgy
No.
too.
No,
That was going to dovetail into all the
So
dongs that you were dropping.
was
People are like, we're moist. We might as well be sweaty.
That was a line from
I
Good
guess.
Morning Vietnam. How did you not know that? Okay, anyway.
Because we were talking about moisture.
Because it's 2019, Pope, all right? And you just,
Well, Briar brought it up, so I thought I was
He did.
playing off that.
I did not
you
bring
know,
up orgies. That did not happen.
I didn't mention orgies either. I'm telling you that Vietnam
mention a lot
was
of dong.
amazing. I did mention dong, but dong is their money.
Fran, this is a family.
Fran,
I'm aware.
can you
Jesus,
get your
Fran.
head out
Unbelievable.
of the gutter?
I'm
I was
referencing
talking
the money.
about
What do you
money.
think I was
Unbelievable.
talking about? This guy.
Currency.
Fran just wants to
You
crash
are
ships
so
and pirate
childish.
games and just like
This is
joke
weird.
about
Yeah,
dongs.
Fran-
Unbelievable.
Fran
I-
wants to ruin our pirate experience.
Unbelievable,
being
man.
Just completely
Speaking of
unprofessional.
which, you
If people
guys
didn't catch that.
trolled him so freaking hard. I watched that video. It was great.
Fran got trolled?
You guys
I don't know what you're talking about.
merciless.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was merciless.
I'm leaving evidence in subjet or in Twitch chat right now.
I don't know what you're
It's
talking about
amazing.
on any of this stuff, honestly. We were just
We
having...
did have an awesome time.
Yeah.
Playing for Watt's
Yeah,
birthday.
that
Happy
was-
birthday again.
Well,
If
it
you
was,
missed it, on Monday, Watts's birthday stream, we streamed
Yeah,
some
happy birthday,
Sea of
Watts.
Thieves with her,
Thank you.
and what was it, about 4 hours of just fucking about?
It's a good way to put
The
it.
best way to put
Hey,
it.
Fran, did Briar blow anything up?
He blew everything up, everyone and everything. You could not trust that guy.
It's true.
Especially if he went silent. That's the key. I got to think
Yes.
about it.
Yeah,
If he gets
uh-huh.
quiet, you better
Yeah.
get nervous. Because he's up to something.
I've learned that if you are playing any game with Briar, what you need to do is stream snipe him. You gotta be brief.
Yeah.
You gotta have his stream up,
That's
watching
true.
it, because that is the only way you avoid certain disaster.
Pope
That's
has
a good
point.
idea to have
Yeah.
like one of your setups is like the observation
Just
cam,
prior,
but you're checking
yeah.
in on him and
Yeah.
you're just like
Sure.
evaluating like what
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no.
Because
are
he
the
lets his
intentions?
chat know. He gives his look to his chat. He goes, and you know it's gonna get bad after that.
Well, Briar. So when Briar's playing Sea of Thieves, especially, he's giggling the entire time.
Yeah.
So
Which is amazing.
if he's ever not giggling, you know something
Yeah, he's
terribly
planning.
wrong is happening.
He's
It
playing
was so much fun though.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I didn't
I think
realize.
my
Six in me.
I
My
didn't.
favorite part was when Watson nearly hyperventilated.
Oh,
When-
I've nearly
Yes. She
When
nearly died.
Fran
of
was
laughter.
piloting the ship or captaining the ship. Tefty is on the anchor, and Fran's frantically saying, "Who's got the anchor? Who's got the
Yeah.
anchor?" And I just like turn around and I say, "I got it." Promptly fall off the ship. Watts just like dies laughing. It takes her like 5 minutes to collect herself so she can tell everybody what just happened.
It made no sense. Wait, what did happen there? But Brian's like, I got it. He's like, bloop, jumps in the water. Watts loses it. It's like, why did you say you had it? You just jumped ship.
What?
I started laughing already because I heard Fran start freaking out, saying, "We need the anchor, anchor." And Briar's like, "I got this," and he's just standing still. Tefty's like, "Yeah, totally."
Clearly.
He's
So
just
no.
standing still.
So on my perspective, I was up there with Fran. I puked on him and then and then he was like, "This is what the hell? Why are you picking on me?" And then he said, "All right, we need somebody in the anchor." And I said, I got this, no problem." And then Brian was like, I got this. And we're like, yeah, we got this. Don't worry about it. And the moment I said we got this, obviously I wasn't going to pull the anchor. That was
He was
that was clear.
There was no intention of pulling that anchor at any point.
Zero intention. We were going to run
Exactly.
the ship onto land, 100%.
So it's cruising like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, we're
and we're
maxed
like
out.
10 feet from shore. I'm like, please pull it, please, Tef.
You know what
For the
was
love of God.
actually amazing is when Fran said, "I just realized that you're purposely crashing
It
the
took-
ship onto the shore."
Because he parked the first one apparently on accident, is what I think. Or maybe
Sort
that
of.
was like a debated situation. I don't know. But the first
Somebody
one was
else must
fine.
have pulled the anchor on him.
Everything after,
Yeah.
No.
he was crashing, and I had optimism that he just was like kind of screwing it up.
So the
He's just
first
kind of bad at parking.
the first two
I
park
guess.
jobs were just unbelievably close but perfect, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And somebody pulled the anchor too quick, and I was a little disappointed about that because
That was
in my opinion, if you're not paying for parking with the wood planks, then you're not parking correctly. You got to pay for your parking.
Yeah, right.
All right. Yeah.
You gotta pay. Yeah,
It's
I
premier
scream out of that.
parking.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
premier parking isn't free, guys. Right? You never
True,
don't get
true.
premier
You
parking
have
and
to
don't pay it.
You got to pay for planks. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's in Sea of Thieves. That's how you do it. And
It's
We gotta
pay
do
to
more of
plank.
that sometime.
when you actually realized that I had no intention of actually parking it properly from the beginning, I was intentionally trying to crash the ship.
Yeah,
That crushed me.
I had hope,
honestly.
man.
That,
I'm an optimistic
I know. I
guy.
saw you.
that
that's
actually
really
crushed
good.
all
me.
this
Oh my
all
God.
this tells me is that we got to see more DCP playing together because that was fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's good times. I got to tell you, like coming back, having no idea or having not followed anything in video games for a month or hearing anything, and then coming back and just reading about all these things that had happened over the last month.
Like
It
them,
was really
like Bungie deleting Warlocks, crazy, right?
it was really
Yeah.
surreal. I was just like, finally, right?
Finally,
All right.
man,
Finally.
it's about time.
I saw a video you guys put out. Does DCP hate Warlocks? The reason why. I'm like, oh crap! What happened?
That's brand clickbaiting.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I got to watch the best broadcast with Bife and you guys just it felt really good to come back and just realize that the house hadn't burned down, that you guys kept things going, and
We
it
did
was-
great.
Yeah.
We were
you guys did
responsible.
great.
yeah,
Cleaned it up just in time before you got back, Dad.
yeah, exactly.
Don't look behind the shed. That's where we put
Yeah,
all the beer
exactly.
cans.
Exactly.
Well, I'm really excited for this coming season. We've got some really great guests lined up. I know Morla, the voice of Eris, is going to be coming back on. She's really
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's the best.
After we get to hear her in ShadowKeep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is that going to
That's
be
exciting.
pre or post ShadowKeep launch? Any
Well,
ideas
it's,
yet? Or is it
it's-
up in the air still?
It's up in the air.
Okay.
He's
I
gotta
think
delay
If
it
it's
now,
post,
maybe.
that'd be
Either one.
dope.
Might have to, buffer it.
I was hoping a little. We get first dibs on Morla for a podcast, so it's she said I love DCP. You guys get first dibs whenever I can get on a show.
Awesome.
You're my first show. So
That's really cool.
I'm really happy for that. she wouldn't do something like go to Fire Team Chad or to
No.
Now that I'm
Kinda
not there
Funny,
anymore.
or
I
I mean, Fran, I was gone for a month.
Aren't you,
and I
Fran?
came back.
Aren't
and
you
I
there
find
anymore?
You, like, how many? Destin's like putting out tweets of like our guest is,
Okay,
Our
I've been
guest
on
is Fran. It's
one
Fran
show.
again. Fran's back again.
Fran.
No,
Fran's
it
out. Guess
was one
what?
show.
Fran is here.
First of all, we don't have that exclusivity contract that I'm aware, but I'm barely on the show. To be fair.
Whoa, let's not get
Okay.
technical. We don't have a contract at all.
Contracts.
Exactly.
We're not
Oh wait,
pro like
then what did I
that.
sign?
This is
Well, that's weird.
digitally verbal agreements.
Actually, I forged your signature, and you're legally obligated.
I don't know what kind of like company you think you're dealing with here, but there ain't shit for contract. I just throw
No,
money
we
in.
should probably talk about Destiny because we got
Oh,
some
yes.
very
Hold
exciting
on.
It was
Destiny.
a
Hold on
big
one second.
yes.
Hold on 1 second. Before we jump into Destiny
One
talk,
second.
I
Fun
just
killer.
want to say, Pope, that I want to prepare you because tomorrow I might be calling in to Fire Team Chat.
No, you're
way.
not.
Are you?
I might be.
Perfect.
There's like
This is bizarre.
I love
there's like a
man.
99% chance I'm going to be calling in via Discord and being on Fire Team Chat. Just-
Oh my
So.
god.
Hope
Des
you're losing
is
him.
ruthless. He is.
He's
I thought,
after
you
all
know-
of us.
Next thing you know, he's
You
gonna
know-
take a vacation. This guy.
Next thing you
what's
know.
going on?
Next thing you-
Watts, here's what happened.
Oh.
Me bringing Fran on DCP has pissed off Des.
Mm.
And he is finding every way possible, and
There's
he's
blood in
found
the
our
water.
chicken of
Fight
armor.
back.
He's next thing you know, he's going to be asking you, Watts and Briar to come on. It's never ending with that.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be on Mixer.
That's right. Exactly. Everything's
Oh my
going
god,
Mixer
that's
now.
huge.
All right.
How big was that paycheck? You guys heard that?
You gotta
Obviously,
be huge.
5
Ninja
to
went
10
over to
mil a year,
Mixer.
I'm sure.
It's got to be an enormous paycheck.
gotta be right.
Yeah, enormous.
It's probably
If you
5 to 10 mil a
take-
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a contract. So how much would he lose going over of his subs
Right.
on a given rate? He's got to be making at least
Plus
10.
all the rest.
Yeah. Plus.
$10 billion is what I heard on the internet, and I trust
Yeah.
everything on the internet.
Yeah.
It's definitely yeah.
We're experts.
I actually did the math at 80 to 100,000. Let's assume prime subs, even if that was the math. You're like, this is my potential. That's already like $2 to $2.5 million just for that piece of it. So that's in 1 year. So it's probably 5
Like
to
a
10
free
million. Could
Domino's
be
pizza
even more.
once a week.
That's
Yeah.
all they gave
All
him was
extra
they
toppings.
just gave him
Well,
free
you
Red
guys
Bull.
saw
Free
so
reach around.
they're also letting
Whoa.
people sub to Ninja for free for a
First
month.
month.
I
Yeah.
just
So that's also huge.
what
Wow.
I'm telling
yeah.
you that's cool because when I heard that,
Oh, it's amazing.
it's the first time I downloaded Mixer, first of all, and I got my free sub. That's how that marketing works, right? Like I had never watched Mixer, I never used it. Like I knew it was there.
Mhm.
I just didn't have the app, and here I'm a
That's-
regular guy. I'm
yeah.
like, hey, I'll check it out. So I go over.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't
that's
we
cool.
have
Also,
like the
Halo's coming.
CEO of Mixer on once?
No, the
Yeah. No,
Brand.
Yeah,
CEO,
Halo.
The,
See,
the
that's
community manager.
also-
community manager.
Stein.
That's
Community
also
Josh Stein.
huge.
All right. Okay.
So that's huge, right? Because Ninja started in Halo,
That's right.
and then he's going over to Mixer, and new Halo's coming out. He
New
could be like the
Xbox.
face of Mixer, the face of the new Xbox, the face of Halo competitive.
Yeah,
Like, that's
he's
It's
set
some-
himself
yeah.
up, man.
There's some big deals
set
going
up
on there.
for greatness.
Yeah.
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 I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of him because what I believe is that forerunners like that, high water raises all boats, and
Yes,
if a guy
absolutely.
like that
Oh yeah.
is able to establish the front ground of what paying content creators and what is potential for this industry, it opens the way and it sets the standard for others to follow suit and others to make a living and get paid for their work. And
Yep.
ultimately, that's all I care about. Does the working person get paid equitably for the work that they provide for others? And he's setting the path for that.
Competition is always good.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just excited that Xbox and Microsoft are pushing forward. I wouldn't be surprised if, and this is probably a great conversation for later on SideQuest, but that I bet you like Games Pass or maybe Ultimate Game Pass, maybe they'll start giving away like a equivalent free sub or something. in
Yeah,
the
that'll be
future, right?
like their version of Prime. That'll be
Because
cool.
they don't have
Yeah.
version of that yet, so I have to wonder if they're going to push
That'd be really
towards it.
smart. Yeah. Get people on the
They
platform.
have to. And if
Yep.
if he hasn't even streamed yet, and he's got 100,000 plus subs on Mixer already.
Yeah.
Does he
They're all
really?
free.
They're
all
and
free
I know
on
they're
here.
free, but they're paying him for those free subs. So he's
Still,
making
100,000
money.
people went over to Mixer, found him,
That's
found his page, and hit
Mhm.
subscribe.
I would love to
100,000
I
people
did
did
know.
that.
I would love to know how many of those are new.
Yeah.
I bet a bunch
That
of
would
them.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Like
Super interesting.
first time setting up new accounts to Mixer. I wonder how many, and that alone would be worth the paycheck to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either way
yeah.
for him,
Totally.
the thing I thought about is like, no matter the risk, if they're covering his risk, paying him say $15 to $30 million over 3 years, no matter what happens to Fortnite, even he's set for those years, like which
Sure.
is
Yeah.
different. On
Yeah.
Twitch, he's not necessarily set if Fortnite tanks
No,
next
he's
year. You
not.
know,
Well, then
not that it's
also
going to, but
imagine if he realizes that Mixer's not really working out. He does his big return to Twitch. That's another huge stream. So he's kind of good
Yeah.
no matter what happens.
I mean,
Good
Or
for
he
him.
can just retire to the Philippines.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's gonna retire. Yeah, by the time
He's
we
already-
Get
have
billions
like
of dong,
He-
and
he's already in a position where he's set, regardless of any of this stuff.
Yeah.
This is all
He's
like,
already set
this is all extra
How
future
much
cheddar
more
money.
set
Yeah.
be?
Yeah. This is like,
Anyway, it's
that's
awesome.
that's additional crazy money
Yeah, it's
that
great.
that territory. So it's awesome. It
So-
raises visibility and definitely is good for Mixer.
Yeah.
what we're saying,
It's
right?
one of
Bo?
those.
Oh, sorry.
It's one of those. It's one of those things too that this hit like mainstream news, not just like the gaming websites and like gaming podcasts. This was like on like Fox News, and like
It's on the
USA
pages
Today.
of ESPN. It's crazy.
Yeah.
and I was also gone again and came back just to find out that a 16-year-old won $3 million.
Yeah.
Playing Fortnite. Yeah.
That playing Fortnite.
Right.
I mean, these are good things for the
Unreal.
gaming industry.
100%.
This really
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Don't
What I
expect
was-
a bonus.
Yeah. What I was gonna say,
Where's
Pope,
my
is-
$3 million, Pope?
Right. If Microsoft loves DCP, we know
Sure.
Phil's a big Destiny player, wants to support us, we'd be open to something
Right.
like that, wouldn't
Hey,
we?
you know, just after
We'll take those Microsoft dongs, no problem.
no, I'm not saying I'm in conversation with Josh Stein, but I did DM him after I heard about the ninja thing, and I said,
And you're like,
"Congrats."
we're basically ninja.
I said, congrats on snagging Ninja. When do you snag DCP? And I'm waiting for a
Number
response.
one
Right?
live Destiny show. Come on.
That's right.
Make it
He
happen.
can grab us. He can pull us over to Mixer, and let's talk business. Your people,
We are
call
we
my
are
people.
open to dongage. is what
That's
we're
right.
saying.
Yeah,
Guys,
There you go.
I'm down for.
did you
dong.
hear? Did you hear that Bungie has saved September?
Yes. And I love it.
Yes, they saved September.
Yes, they
Oh,
did.
What a good
It is
segue,
the
Brian.
best timing
It's a
ever.
Christmas
but-
miracle.
Honestly, I'm
It's
so
a
happy.
September miracle. We got our double Septembers that we,
We got
wanted.
it double.
I can't believe it, man.
It's awesome
I woke
for
up.
me for a different reason than you guys, but yeah.
So what are you referencing for those who don't know?
So,
So
yeah.
ShadowKeep got delayed, right? By a couple of weeks. It's now going to
Oh,
launch
dun,
on
dun, dun.
October 1st.
Which
it
is
got
spooky
delayed
month,
from
Halloween.
September 17th.
Yeah, it is spooky month.
True
enough.
Exactly.
Good call.
Good point.
And
Good point.
I hear the moon is haunted. Yeah.
Yep.
The moon's haunted, correct.
Yes.
Taft, what were you gonna say?
I'm just super excited about it because it's like, I know that it's a pain in the ass. If you've already requested time off for work for the 17th, then you got to jump through hoops and hope things don't get screwed up on that. And I totally
Sure,
understand
yeah.
that aspect of it, but they put out a statement, said that they really had to think long and deep about this, but they needed the extra couple of weeks, and it just made sense for them to do this. And they're an independent publisher now, so they can actually make this call this fast with this short of a window.
Unilaterally.
Yeah, unilaterally, and be like, yes, we need to move this date to have a more successful launch, and here's how we're going to adjust the timeline between now and the next 2 months. So just effortlessly on the, well, not effortlessly, but like via their communication channels, and then boom, we got October 1st. That date has moved. Oh,
Yeah. I'm just for personal
happy.
selfish reasons. I'm so excited because you had Borderlands and Gears is coming
Monster
out,
Hunter World.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so,
I'm
like,
actually
way
going to
too much
have
already.
a few days with Code Vein because Code Vein comes out September 27th.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have like a few days of just Code Vein, which is really
For
exciting.
me, it's the beginning of my school year. And
Sure.
so
It's too crazy.
life
right?
sucks during that. So the October push is great for me. I mean, it's things slow down.
I think it's great for everybody, Pope, because everybody was looking at the September thinking, you know, even if you're just a Destiny fan, like you got to have some interest in Borderlands 3, right? It's like there's got to be some interest there, and the fact that they were coming out so close to each other. Then you had Greedfall. There's some. I've got actually the September release schedule open right now.
Oh,
And there's so many heavy hitters coming out this September. There's Monster Hunter World, Gears 5, Greedfall, Borderlands 3,
Holy shit.
Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Mess. I don't know what that is. Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Contra Rogue Corps, The Surge 2, Code Vein. I mean, there's just so many games that are just going to suck time up.
Yeah, I mean, Borderlands alone, if you're going to play it, is just gonna,
Borderlands is
That's going to take up the majority of September for me. Borderlands, yeah.
And to see Bungie having the confidence to say, you know what, this needs to bake a couple more weeks. It's not going to be not going to be right if we bring it out in September. We're going to push it to October. The fact that they can do that because they don't have the corporate overlords watching over them anymore, forcing them to get it out the door on the date they agreed on. That's huge, man. That's like.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really interesting was that, first of all, 2 weeks in game development delays, and we've all experienced them, is honestly like not much.
Bad.
Can you even call it a delay? It's like it is a delay because it's in the trailers and we all plan for it. I definitely do sympathize with people who are facing like family plans, work plans. They're like, crap,
Sure.
I have vacation October 1st. Dang, I'm screwed, you know. That's definitely a bummer. But by and large, it's just awesome that they have the flexibility. But I was going to say, yeah, it really represents, I think, their independence and transparency on this, where they're like, you know what, we sat down as a company and we decided this, and definitely if Activision was at the helm, like this just would never happen. I mean,
It would
how
not
would you
happen.
how would you go to Activision? I wouldn't even go there. Like if I was Bungie, I'd be like, you want me to go to Activision and ask them for 2 more weeks? Are you crazy? Like,
Yeah.
and this is a whole new world.
Who wants to
and
be on
it's
that video
exciting for
call?
us.
Nobody.
No, Activision.
So
It's
we
literally
need
they
2 weeks.
Yeah, they use the screen that just says Destiny Dev Team, but it's an indescript voice.
Yeah,
Nondescript voice, like we get with the blog updates. You're like, well, I'm not sure who's
Well, I
on
just
the
want to
line.
hear
guy.
the crickets
Number
from the Activision side, just like of that call.
Yeah. So I as a quick note, I did a poll. It's not that many votes, but almost 1,000 votes. And I said, are you happy, disappointed, or don't have a preference that ShadowKeep and New Light are delayed? And it was 56% happy, and the other 36% have no preference. So basically less than 10% were like, I'm disappointed, but it's overwhelmingly people seem to be like cool with it.
It's always disappointing to see something get delayed because you're looking forward to playing it, right? But when things get delayed so that they can improve on them, it usually is for the better.
If I see Luke Smith like saying posting a message saying, hey, we need more time, and then we're at a point where I feel proud that they are able to do that, and I feel like that's the best thing that could happen for the game right now. That's a good thing, and I feel like if you take the personal things aside, if this isn't working out for you, ultimately, if they're able to do things that are the best decision for the game, and I'm glad we're how many years in are we on this?
Fifth year.
5 years in, and we finally are at a point where that Bungie can do what they need to do for this game.
Yeah.
So it did occur to me when I saw that it was getting delayed. Could they be dodging Borderlands 3?
No.
They didn't say they said it was for the game development, but I don't think they addressed whether there was anything about other titles. So.
Well, they didn't say it, but Breyer's
they're not going to.
He's speculating.
They would never say that publicly.
I personally don't think it is because they had already announced that date, and I think the date was after Borderlands announcement. And I think it's really that they realized that they needed a couple more weeks of development for whatever they're packaging up because it just wasn't going to line up. And they probably wanted to have like a month of cross save happen because they're like, there's probably things they're going to break that they're going to have to fix and have time developed towards that.
The thing that made me a little bit suspicious about it was that it's only a 2-week delay. And like Fran said, that's not much time for game development.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah,
it can be the difference between like nerfing Lord of Wolves and keeping it the same, right? Which might seem like a small thing, but it's actually quite a lot when you get into getting into that code and changing things. Because the ShadowKeep's changing a lot of core systems, right? They're doing Armor 2.0. They're doing like a whole new mod system. They're changing a lot. So I think if it's just they need that extra little bit of time to fine tune, maybe they're just fine tuning numbers because they feel like things are a little out of whack at the moment. We need to find that sweet spot. So I think it's plenty of time for them to.
What is Luke said that he was gonna post something
State of the game. Yeah.
Is that supposed to be tomorrow or did that already?
He didn't
happen?
I don't
say.
think he mentioned when it's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe
he
next
just
week.
said he wants to take a look back at the history of, Destiny 2 and like how things have been going and decisions that they made and decisions they didn't make and why they make those decisions, just so people can get more of like an inside look as to why Bungie do what they do, which I think is really cool.
So
he says he's going to nerd out. So I hope he legit does.
Yeah, he says,
I want to add real quick to the 2 weeks window type of thing. And like what could be looked at in there is balancing for Armor 2.0 and how it's actually going to affect the sandbox, because 2 weeks can't really add features or anything like that. That's not a possibility. They can't add like a new strike or anything like that. That's not going to happen. But it's making sure, just like you said, like Lord of Wolves, well, they're going to have Armor 2.0, and Armor 2.0 could have a bunch of things in there that just straight up break the sandbox in a way that could be unbelievable bottom tree striker thing happening. Like it could be like 10 times that if they don't fully look at all the potentials that could happen with Armor 2.0. So I think those 2 weeks are, hey, let's really make sure that we didn't break this, because this is their first independent release. They need to make sure it's right, in other words, with all these changes.
And to your earlier point, the making sure cross save works, like that was big news, is that they're launching cross save before ShadowKeep
this month.
August.
Online later this summer, so you'll have some time to sort out your friends list and all that on PC. So
does that mean that we'll also move to Steam at the same time?
No, Steam is Steam is delayed as well.
Well, wait though, wouldn't it?
They confirmed that.
It would have to, right?
Oh, they confirmed it?
They've already confirmed it. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. They said Steam is.
So cross save is going to happen on Bungie.net, and you can pick which platform is your main.
Oh, you can't set up Steam yet.
And then Steam will happen in the 1st of October.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense that it'll just be the new SKU, ShadowKeep, and Moonlight, like that. They're waiting on that effectively. Versus otherwise, they'd have to relaunch all the old content and in that. So
I think these theories are all really good, but I'm going to throw this out there. The real reason why they delayed it 2 weeks is they decided that they actually didn't really want trials to be in ShadowKeep, and they're pulling. So they need 2 weeks
to pull it out, to yank it out.
No, it's too good.
It was
in
going to
the
be
game, and they were like,
but they were like, and then so
you know what?
just
I got this idea for Gambit Prime that I think they're really gonna love. Give me 2 weeks.
Gambit Prime squared.
Yeah, Gambetitive Prime. It's where it comes.
Gambito
And Gambit Prime.
Gambetter.
Gambetter Prime. Gambetcha you're gonna like this mode.
Oh God, that took a second.
2 weeks to do Sparrow Racing League back
on mobile, of course.
on mobile.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
So we also got the announcement that the raid is going to come out on a Saturday.
Yeah, first time like
October
ever,
5th.
right?
Great.
Is this the first time they said it's the Garden of Salvation? Or
Yes.
did we know that?
It's the first time.
Yeah, I
want
to say it is. Yeah.
Yeah. We knew it was in the Black
But
Garden.
we kinda
It's
knew it
called
was the Black
of
Garden,
Salvation.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
So Saturday,
I like the
October
name.
5th. Yeah, it sounds cool.
And it's going to have the raid rules from last time. What was that called again?
Contest rules.
Contest. Thank you.
Contest rules.
So the contest rules are coming back, which I'm thrilled
Right.
about. We get 4 days to basically prep for the raid. It's going to be an exciting 4 days, and I'm thrilled that it's on a Saturday because so many more people can do raid day one just because it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with the
sure.
contest rules. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it. I might be able to join you guys this time.
that would be amazing.
Right,
awesome,
because
man.
cross save.
That's right.
Oh man, that
I'll
would
be
be
playing
amazing.
for my
wow, that
Google
would be so
Stadia.
cool.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's true. We can get the Pope in on some raiding.
That's great.
Yeah, that'd
awesome.
be fun.
That would be amazing.
It'd be the first time that I've been able to join you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Great. Then I'll have to get 2 lectures in one raid.
Yeah. The Pope lecture and the Tef lecture. We'll
Yep.
just
Yeah.
combine.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Saturday thing, I like that they are trying, seemingly experimenting still with different dates. And I think we had that discussion last time we talked about what do we want to see with contest? Should it be 10 days? Should it be, 5 or whatever? Interestingly, I think we had all agreed more so that we thought it should go 10 days and give you time to do the story and not feel rushed. And I felt like that was our feedback. But at the same time, I think a lot of us were saying like Friday or Saturday was fine. And to try a new day, I'm just excited that we're going to have new data, right? And see, do we get more people coming out?
Well, I'm certainly glad it's not the same day. I didn't like that at all.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. That was crazy. We all agreed.
New
on
release. And then, that was bad. Yeah. Same day was
6
awful.
hours.
That was
Right.
not fun.
Having 4 full days and then the 5th day to do it, the actual raid, I think this is phenomenal. Love it.
I like it.
Yeah, this is.
I heard some people saying that they would have preferred that it was like 2 weeks or whatever, but I think if they have the contest modifier active, that doesn't make
Right.
much sense because you're probably going to out level that quite quickly,
Yeah.
and then you're going to be like, oh, none of this means anything for the raid. So I think 5 days is probably totally fine for it.
Agreed.
Yeah,
It's
with
taking out
contest, the time is almost arbitrary, right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is, but to Watts' I see 2 things there though, which is the grinders, the hardcore, are now going to still go back to like 10 hours a day over prepping. Let's face it, we did it for the last one. We saved so many bounties and quests, and we found out it was fairly unneeded. We really should have just done the new Werner bounties, and we on one character we probably would have been just the same if we focused on that. But we probably spent 30 hours or 50 or who knows preparing. So that my concern is that
Bunches.
the grinders and being up against it in the race, you're going to feel compelled to play 10 hours a day every day, which it is fine. I mean, a lot of people do it, but in all fairness, the people working that week, etc., hopefully, in other words, that doesn't give you a distinct advantage. So what happens is towards the end of contest, if your level, say, 725 is the example in this current state, you're going to do a little better towards the end, even though it's capped, because otherwise you might be under it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I could see some advantage to it being the full 10 days later, because then like everybody's high towards the end. And again, hopefully the balance is like contest is contest. It shouldn't matter. But
I feel like there's no reason for them to wait. I think 5 days is perfect. Personally.
I'm cool with it.
I
by
feel
the way.
like
I'm
it's gonna be
excited.
good. Yeah.
It's going to be really exciting.
Fran, how does the getting high like that affect your power per hour?
How does getting hih
How
affect your
does it?
power?
How does it
Mhm.
Well,
So-
your
it slows down
perception?
time, which makes me able to focus on. Okay.
Yeah. Again, the short answer is like we were at about between 10 to 7:16 ish when we entered. But if you had more time, you might be 725. And so we were capped at 720, was it, everyone? Yeah. So in other words, you would be at the cap versus under it by those 5 light points, maybe, depending on time. And so it's not a huge difference, but it could happen. And some people struggled. I think we're below 710. Again, as you go towards the end of the raid, because it starts at, say, 700, then 710, then 715, and so on. So it goes up as you get farther into the raid. So that's where contest, it's a little less effective towards the end of the raid.
Right.
Sure.
But I'm not worried about any of that. I'm just happy to have contests, and I'm super happy to have Saturday. I don't want to complain about any of that. I'm excited.
I'm super happy.
So,
I'm super happy it's in October. This is amazing.
Yes,
There's
it's
no part
October.
of this announcement that didn't make me. And Moments of Triumph is getting extended to the 17th,
Yes.
September
Yep.
17th. So you got more time to do your triumphs.
Yeah,
And-
for moments, not Solstice, bear in mind. Solstice is still
Have you picked
And-
which team you're gonna play with, Fran?
I think I actually need to find out
mean-
from you. Like, am I playing
I
with
mean-
DCP still, or is there a problem?
I mean, it kind of felt like you tanked our last world's first attempt. I mean,
wow.
I mean,
We were all good till you crashed that ship, and then it was just like,
Right.
Yeah.
See, I knew this day would come. Like the 18 hours we spent playing together wasn't enough.
what you're telling me is that I didn't need to rewrite your contract to
That's right.
include a no tanking clause. There's so many angles here.
There is. I felt like we needed you, Pope, and you were the missing link. That was the problem, man.
That's it.
That was the
True
problem.
enough. True enough.
Yep.
I will call out Destin. He did say it a couple times where he's like, yeah, I was watching you guys while I was playing at work, and I saw you were using the hunter and the tether. I'm not kidding, Teft. And he was like, he switched, like eventually went to his hunter because he's like, yeah, I'm getting I forget if he was Titan or whatever. So he ended up switching. No, he was watching other players too, but I was like, kind of got our strats going out there.
Well, in my opinion, it was the first 24 hours. And, neither of us completed in the first 24 hours, but we did get farther. So technically,
we just got wore down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
So
was
I
day
actually
one, right?
interesting because this is the first time we've actually had to talk about it. Are we still technically undefeated?
I think on a technical, we're undefeated because we got farther in the first 24 hours. Yeah.
Is that,
Pope, as long as we're willing to cheat, we're undefeated.
Yeah.
We are undefeated.
I
didn't understand this.
If you give up on the day of, the day that you're going, like, excuse me.
You're right. You threw in the towel.
Yeah, the towel has been thrown in. You can't just
threw in the
pick it up later on. You're picking
These
up
are very
strats.
good points.
You're
I
seeing
didn't
other
even
people's
think about-
like things that they're doing. Like you don't have time to watch videos.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
When you're in the middle of it. No, as soon as you quit, you watch a video. Oh, that's how they're doing it. Got it. No.
Yep.
I
Pope
didn't
is so
understand the
Vince McMahon, I love
nuance here. You guys are right. We are undefeated. Destin quit.
Yeah, they quit and they
Makes
came
total
back.
sense.
They studied
Yeah.
cheeses. Let's face it.
Yeah, and then they said that they won because they came back and did it a day later. But I'm sorry,
That's good.
24 hours.
So
is fast.
I don't feel like we really should entertain the whole they won thing. We are
Oh no.
we are undefeated.
Yeah,
This is
I
good.
like where this is going. Perfect.
exactly.
Hashtag
I'm
undefeated.
glad we're clear on this, guys. Excellent.
By the way,
Excellent.
just for those who don't know, what does undefeated mean? Like, how many of these have you done?
Millions.
Have you done it against other?
Oh, we've
Millions.
faced
podcasts?
every
Like, what were your last-
podcast. I mean,
Okay.
we've played against name them.
You name it.
the podcast.
You name it. We've
You
crushed
name
them.
We've beaten them.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, Crucible Radio, like twice. I mean,
Poor Bones.
Can hear the souls crumble through the
They
atmosphere.
tried
They're
so
not even
hard.
on the podcast anymore. That's how
man,
bad
that's
that was.
we pushed them right out of the
Brutal, man.
and hey, think
Vicious.
about that. Look, hey, Briar, this is the people shouldn't go up against us. Look what happened to Planet Destiny, right? No, not Planet
Mhm.
Destiny. Who was the other? Oh, Guardian Radio. They also went up against us and lost. And now,
Mhm.
are they still around? No.
No.
Oh.
Dropping like flies.
That's why RezoCast keeps dodging us.
Yeah, exactly.
RezoCast won't step up to the plate. They're being a bunch of biatches and not playing us. I mean, it's facts.
Taft, you might have to bring this up on the show tomorrow with them if you're on there. So
Well,
have to let them know.
here's the thing.
It seems like the perfect place for it, man.
Just in the middle of
if it's a natural
Destiny.
topic, I might embellish.
You're pretty good at those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might entertain some
Could your
thoughts. We'll
could
see.
your sign off? Could your sign off please say like
Undefeated.
and then I just
Undefeated.
Yeah, yell at it.
Just look at the
Say until next time.
undefeated.
Guardians out. And by the way, you never beat us in the raid race because you quit early. Bye. That's perfect.
I don't
That
want to
is
promise
perfect.
anything. We'll see.
Okay.
That's what
Don't let Destin intimidate you.
Is that unprofessional? Do we care? Have we
It would
we
be
are not
awesome. Everybody
Am I a
knows.
professional?
none of us are
You're a
There's no
beard
way that they
professional.
invite us on that
We're
show thinking we're professional. There's-
professionally unprofessional.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, speak for yourselves.
Hey,
So
did
what
you
else
guys
happened in
hear?
World of Destiny?
Did you guys hear also
Huh?
that there's going to be another Iron Banner?
Yeah.
More
I
than-
did.
more than
There's going to
another.
be an Iron
There's
Banner in
many.
September, and you know what's going to be happening during that Iron Banner?
Oh yeah, tell it. Give it to me.
Mountaintop
Borderlands 3.
Oh,
Oh.
That's what's going to be happening during that Iron Banner.
They're gonna make Mountaintop more accessible. They're gonna make what else more accessible?
Reckoning's going to be
Yeah.
easier, and things are going to drop more frequently.
Is that September
Right.
1st, that patch?
Yeah.
I think
It's like-
Yeah, I guess
says
we're skipping.
September.
September 3rd or something like that. There's a 2.5.2.2 or something like that that's dropping. There's quite a bit that's changing. I mean, I'm really glad the patch is happening. I kind of wish this patch was happening now for the things that
It
are
would be good
changing in there.
now.
It'd be really good if like August they did these adjustments. Obviously, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mhm.
Did anybody
That's
have the
all right.
list in front of them? What they're changing?
Yeah. Well, I guess as we go through the
Right
Bungie
up.
update, we'll get to it. I don't know. Are we screwing up the flow there, Briar? Or?
I don't know. We're right here. So
I mean,
update 2.5.2.2 includes Moments of Triumph being extended till 9/17. Gambit Prime and Reckoning weapon reward rates will be highly increased. They'll also have a bad luck protection guarantee to guarantee a drop after a set amount of runs. Reckoning difficulty will be tuned to be more welcoming as you hunt for rewards. Bray Tech schematics will no longer have a daily lockout, and you'll give better chances toward weapons that players do not own. The Mountaintop and Wendigo GL3 Pinnacle quests will become more accessible. Specific quest objectives will be tuned based on player feedback. There will be multiple weeks of increased Valor and Infamy to look forward to in September. Iron Banner will be accompanied by increased Valor in each event. As the season comes to a close, Menagerie chests will become more rewarding as Callus sees fit.
I
That's
wonder
nice.
what that means.
That one's interesting.
On the week of Destiny 2, Update 2.5.2.2 will be hosting a community challenge of sorts. Stay tuned for more details.
Yeah, so these sound great. It's just I wish it was in August when we're doing all this Solstice of Heroes stuff. Because I played 10 games of Gambit Prime and nearly lost my mind.
I'm telling you though, I'm a little disappointed in a slightly different way. Only because I went through that Wendigo grind, and I'm telling you, halfway through, I was about ready to shoot myself, and I pushed through it, and I'm telling you what it did. What it did, even though it was a hell of a grind.
Let's hear it, Pope.
It taught me how to use grenade launchers. I feel like after that grind, it was now an arsenal, a weapon that I could effectively use afterward. You know, I've never used grenade launchers unless they had proximity detonation. I never really recognized that what remote detonation, how it could really be useful. There are some phenomenal grenade launchers that I never really would have touched if I wasn't forced to grind through that. So I hope they don't change it to the point where it doesn't take players out of their comfort zone and introduce that learning option or that learning.
Yeah, that's true. I that happened with me with Mountaintop. I suddenly discovered that Fighting Lion is actually really good. Like surprising.
Fighting Lion is phenomenal, man. It that delayed, like learning how to use that delayed explosion is
it's a game changer.
Amazing. I had no idea how good it was until I had to use it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Same. And then I was like, okay, Fighting Lion is actually really, really good.
It was really good.
This is wild.
Yeah, I remember seeing when they launched it, it was somebody on the like Bungie team that was just really good at it, but it was constantly would just get an explosion in and then one shot him with like the hand cannon, but was so fast at it, and you're like, dang.
Anything with quick draw,
like that. Yes,
is phenomenal. Like when you're doing there's a hand cannon from Dead Orbit that you can get from what's it called, Watts? You know what I'm talking about.
From Dead Orbit?
It's a hand cannon that you can get from your collections. It's a
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, the freaking what's it called?
Yeah.
Doesn't it have
it's
like
not
a
old
wood
fashioned.
handle
It's
No, the other one that looks like old fashioned.
Chat will get it in a second.
Chat.
Just delay. The chat will bring it in.
It'll just be like
It'll
be fine.
It's gonna be a hand cannon.
Dire Promise.
Dire Promise.
Dire
it's not Dire
Promise.
Promise. It's
It
the other
is.
one. It's not Dire Promise.
It is.
No,
It isn't.
that's the one.
It's
from
Home for the
collection.
Lost. Home for the Lost has
Home for the Lost.
quick draw on it. Home for the Lost.
I see.
If you use it, I started using Home for the Lost when it was combined with the Le Monarch. You know, you shoot that bow, you switch to Home for the Lost. It's a one tap body. It is phenomenal combination. So, but anyway, Home for the Lost is one of those guns that has quick draw perk in it, and it's really good for that.
So you know what you could also do is
Home for the Lost is EDZ though, right?
Is it? It might be.
I think so. Yeah, because it has a Devrim K quote on it, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it might not have been Dead Orbit.
You must, because I was like, where do you get it?
Maybe it wasn't Dead Orbit, but it definitely is. I mean, if you collections, I think 99% of people will have it.
Here's what you do though: you pick up your hunter because it needs some love. Hunters need love.
Right, okay.
All right, come on, chat. Hunters need some goddamn love. So you pick your
the
hunter.
back of my hand is what they need, but okay, go ahead.
False.
Wow.
They do not need that, Pope. That's toxic. I'm gonna have to write you up. All right.
Yep.
They need you pick your hunter, and then you equip your Dragon Shadow, and you spec all Paragon mods, and you get perpetuation on your boots, and then you try this Fighting Lion with a high impact hand cannon, any high impact hand cannon, honestly, because as soon as you do your dodge, you already have quick draw.
Yes.
And it reloads everything.
I use. Yeah.
Is that why hunters are annoying? Is
Dragon Shadow? Oh man.
I've been crutching so hard on Dragon Shadow. Yeah.
Sorry, Pope. Is that why hunters are what?
I wasn't going to finish that statement.
Oh, you intendedly cut yourself. Okay, I thought I cut you off.
No. The next few words out of my mouth would have been some negative comment on the YouTube channel.
Man, Pope goes away on vacation for a month, comes back on day one. He's got HR called on him. And he's already pissing off half of the Destiny community.
Yeah. I really got addicted to stacking Paragon and using Dragon Shadow on Hunter. It's so much.
Dragon Shadow's amazing.
Yeah, the key you get the 5 Paragon and the perpetuation of the boots, and then it basically is up by the time Wraithmail cooldown happens.
Yeah.
So it's like you always have it up. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been using distribution, which is basically the same. That's all classes recharge faster when you do your class ability. So it's almost like perpetuation. It's almost the same. It's just all classes.
Perpetuation is such a cool perk.
It's really good.
I like it a lot.
Well, Dragon Shadow is amazing.
Anyway.
I've actually, when I play other classes, I hit my class ability to reload, and I'm like, oops.
Same, dude. I've gotten so addicted to it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
They'll nerf it because we talked about it. Nice job.
Crap.
Yeah, right.
Oh, speaking of nerfing in PvP, have you guys played Bottom Tree Strike lately?
Oh, God, yes.
I saw you doing it, Pope.
Oh my God, it's like every noob's dream. It is so much fun. It is as hard as pressing the right bumper and running forward. That's how hard
You
it
hold
is.
forward
It's 2 buttons.
and you press
you
the right
hold
bumper.
forward, and every once in a while you maybe need to jump. But other than that, you just go
And you were playing it during the ARC day, right, Pope?
Yes, I was.
Yep.
And oh my God, did I get I think I got 2. I posted one that was like 11 kills, and
Sounds about right.
I think I got 2 or 3 just like that.
Sounds about,
And
sounds about right.
If you time it just right, you can kill everybody, then go into their spawn and kill them again. It is you can almost see people rage quitting.
You'll hit.
Reversal of
Working
fortune.
guys
You'll get
intended.
reversal of fortune.
Reversal of
Watch out,
fortune,
Pope.
yep.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely fun, and it's turned all of Crucible into like kind of a
I'd be like, I'd call it fun, and also whoa. Fran's camera just freaked out on me.
That was me? Am I the only one
Yeah.
that froze?
Yeah.
Your
Weird.
your camera just did some voodoo stuff. If somebody clips that,
I was gone for like
prepare
10
to be
seconds.
spooked.
We good. I thought like everybody froze for 10 seconds. I was like,
that was you.
I was gonna say, Bottom
takes
Tree Striker is it's spooky, scary, and extremely imbalanced in the Destiny sandbox. All right.
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, anytime Titans get anything nice, Briar, right? Like, remember when our hammers were good? Remember when our hammers were good?
Yes. I remember when they were
Anytime
broken.
Titans get anything
I don't think the
nice-
hammers were ever as good as Bottom Street Striker is right now.
Shut up, Briar.
No, they're not. Briar, are you aware that Briar's not a Titan main? Because I think Pope still thinks that Briar's Titan main.
We all know who a Briar really is.
That's right. Warlock main.
This bullshit between him and Tefty being Warlock mains is just
Huh? I want you to know that I love Warlocks. They're fantastic. You know, anytime I get a chance to play as a Warlock, I'm usually giddy. This has been my PSA to say I'm all about Warlocks, guys. Vote Warlocks 2020.
I'm telling you though, I know that Bottom Tree Striker is a little hot, but
I saw your clip. That was just gross.
But it did make me cackle and fall over off my chair laughing with side split. It's definitely fun. Is there any
we got
other
a new
class
roadmap as well. we got a new roadmap
Yep.
as well. Solstice of Heroes will be from 7:30 to 8:27. So Solstice will end at 8:27, but Moments of Triumph will continue on. Iron Banner from 8:27 to 9:3. Destiny Update 2.5.2.2 from 9:3 to 9:10. So sometime in that week. Normally, is it a Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
9:10 to 9:17 we'll get Moments of Triumph week and an Infamy boost. 9:17 to 9:24 we'll get Iron Banner, and 9:24 to 10:1 Mayhem, Valor boost, and Infamy boost.
Cool.
Yeah, it seems like basically as we're getting ready for Shadowkeep, they're just trying to bump up your Infamy, your Valor, and make things a bit easier to obtain so people can
And
get everything they want.
And empty
good.
my resources, right, Watts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
I just got back, obviously, and I jumped into play. I got Bad Juju, and that's really fun to have that back. I know I'm really behind the times here, but that was cool and easy to get, which really made it a lot of fun. The thing that I'm interested in is like the what is it, the Hall of Tribute or whatever the Tribute Hall, where you're that whole process is just destroying all the resources that I've had. And I think that that's got to be something that they've been planning. They wanted to empty our coffers of of mats and legendary shards. And I mean, did you guys spend them down, or do you still have a lot?
I'm still waiting. I'm waiting to have the
I'm
discount.
waiting as well.
You're what?
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get the discount so I don't have to spend all my resources.
I've been trying. I've been holding out on the dust one. I'm not willing to part with that kind of dust, man.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm waiting on that. I ended up spending a lot of glimmer on the chalice stuff, the chess.
But it's a glimmer.
I spent like
It's glimmer though.
Well, sorry. What I meant by that was because I bought so much of it in a row and just the amount I played, I had to shred a bunch of shards to get glimmer a lot.
Okay.
So I ended up spending a lot of shards. I probably burned I feel like I burned like 500 shards or more just trying to get through enough glimmer for those chests. Because I would buy 100,000 at a time and just buy it all at once. You know.
I mean, if we're talking dong, that's like a big deal. But when you're talking shard, that's nothing.
Well, let me tell
500
you,
shards. I mean,
I'm practically.
I don't have any bright dust.
I'm practically on shard welfare at this point, guys. I went from 11,000 shards.
Really?
Yeah, 11,000 shards to 9,600. Anytime I drop below 10,000 shards, I get nervous.
right?
Yeah,
I
Hefty.
start
seriously.
cashing
Hefty, I
in
see that
stocks and
you are
bonds.
shaming right now.
Oh,
You gotta
And
leave a buffer there.
I almost forgot. I have something to shame you with from today.
Okay,
Ooh.
let's have it.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
this.
I got a pentadip
Oh,
public events. I
No,
got
you
the
didn't.
fat pentadip.
There's no such thing.
Was it all heroics though?
Mostly, yeah, because I joined in when they were still doing heroic.
Were they all
What is a
heroic though?
pentadip?
All 5?
You've never heard of a pentadip, Fran? Have you heard of a quad dip?
Have you
No.
quad dipped before?
Have you heard of
triple
a
dipped?
triple dip?
None of what is?
Have
a
you
dip
double
in a
dipped?
public
You've never
event?
double dipped.
You never
Have you
double
dipped?
dipped?
I know what a
event?
double dip
Have you
is.
dipped once?
I know what a double dip
Have you
is,
double
but
dipped a
I'm
public
eating
event?
chips now.
What is a double dip?
Oh, really? So you did 5 public
But
events, like all.
here's the
in a
thing, though.
row
Here's
or
the thing.
something?
To
the
get a
rules.
true,
There's
get a true penta,
No.
it has to be heroics, because the normal one only counts for a
No.
half. Yes, this was the rules.
No, you're
if
making-
you
you're
no,
making this up,
you
Jeffy.
roll this all the way back to 2017. These were the rules.
Okay.
We talked about this. We
It had to be heroic.
heroic is a full point. A normal is a half point.
So did you do at least 2 normals?
Did these 2 normals?
Yeah.
I think all but one was heroic. I believe.
Okay,
So
so
you had
that's
4.5. All right.
So you did
4 and
5
a
in a
half.
row.
So you had a
according to
quad and a
Jeffy.
half.
Yeah.
Quad and a half
quad.
dip. That's very impressive, Watts. Congratulations. A quad and a
I'm
half
still
dip.
giving you the
I'm
credit
impressed.
for the pentadip, Watts. I think that's pretty.
You can
awesome.
play by Pope's rules and know that it's broken if you want, but the true pentadip
For
still
people who are confused,
is still out there.
it's when you complete a public event and then you load back into the same area and complete the public event again, load back in, complete the same
one?
public event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fran,
Yeah.
you didn't know about this?
You just dip
I
in.
don't think I've cheesed that before. Like
It's
that.
not a
This
cheese.
isn't a cheese. This
Like,
is
why does it keep reappearing then
Whoa.
in the same spot?
because you're loading
It's just
into
happening
instance.
like they haven't finished it as fast in a different.
It's a different
Instance.
instance, different guardians. You jump in, you shoot one enemy, and it's like join public event, and then boom, it finishes. You're like dipped.
Boom.
dipped out.
Gotcha.
It counts as progress.
When
Very interesting.
When
there was
I
a
put
brief
my-
period in time where public events were the fastest way to level up, and double, triple, quad dipping was
it's
the
all the
fastest
rage.
way to level up.
Tefty was the king of it, and he lorded it over us until now. Queen
Lots
of the
might be
dip.
the-
Yeah.
I think I got the first quad
You had the
dip,
first quad dip.
and then
Yeah.
Did you?
got the quad dip.
Yeah. But, you know, I was excited to hear about this pentadip, but unfortunately, it's not a true pentadip. It was a quad 0.5.
There it is.
All right.
You got the lecture. It's gonna
So you don't.
explain it to
So
you.
according to Tefty, you don't get to shame him, but I.
It's,
need a
it's just
tough
not a
lecture
true.
emote.
It's just not a true penta. I'm sorry. If it was
We
a true
need Teft
penta.
lecture. Maybe Teft with some glasses, doing a little pushing up of the glasses. For the lecture.
that's true. We need a Teft. That's
The whiteboard behind
Pointing
him.
down to your work spine.
Oh man, I will say, doing all those extra dips really help on a PC when you have it loaded on an M2 drive.
SSD.
Yeah.
all
It
the
helps
frames.
getting those quests done for your armor. Oh,
Yes. Yep.
made it really fast.
Well,
That's
actually.
very interesting.
So where? Speaking of armor, where are you guys in your? Because Solstice of Heroes
Solstice armor?
launched,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it launched what yesterday?
2 days ago.
On Tuesday.
It's a
already.
grind.
2 days ago?
Tuesday. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Vietnam time. I've lost a day back.
Yeah, he's on dong time. Right?
I'm too much dong. So the reality is that Solstice dropped and people are grind. It is a grind.
European aerial zone
Yes.
Yep.
was
Who
unleashed.
wants to talk
That
about
place
what it is? Who wants to talk about?
Fucking crazy.
Well, there's two things. So
Right.
the European aerial zone is this. It looks like an arena that was made for Battle Royale that they scrapped for Battle Royale and then turned it into
Yeah, it almost does.
right. It has hints of it. Like maybe
It had PvP
Okay.
vibes for me, for sure.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Right?
I would love for them to put it in. Put it in the
Reminded me
private
of
match
Cathedral.
so that we could use it for PvP if we wanted to. I would love
yeah,
that.
combined
Custom
arms one with vehicles.
Yeah.
So they made this mode where you go in, there's enemies that spawn, and it's like this aerial European type of thing. That's a cool place. It's easy to get lost in because they have all these buildings. It's very vertical.
A lot of verticality.
Yeah, a lot of verticality. Exactly. You can get on the rooftops and you can like get lost.
Yeah, a lot
in
of the buildings
buildings.
have interiors that you
Yep.
can get into. Yeah.
So they spawn all these bosses around, and you have a limited timer to kill as many bosses as possible, which apparently caps at 21. We'll talk about that in a second. So you kill as many bosses, and then the timer runs out, and then it spawns 2 of the main bosses, right? So there's mini bosses first you kill, then it spawns the main bosses, which is 2 of them. You kill those, and then the number of mini bosses you killed is the number of chests that get sprinkled around the map, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so it creates this kind of loop of like, how many bosses can you kill, mini bosses? Then you kill the main bosses to then go and like go pick up all these chests, and the chests will give you like key fragments and packages that you
And
can
they're
then
on a
pop.
timer.
Yeah, they are on a
You don't know
timer.
where they're at.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
you're like, the whole group is like, where? I'm trying to get to all
I
of them.
I
Right.
really like this as I'm not sure if it's a direct correlation to, but I do feel like it has something to do with the response that people gave after oh my gosh. I've been so out of
Forest?
Destiny.
Spooky
What is
Forest?
it?
Menagerie.
The menagerie, when there was time after you got your first chest and people were
Yeah.
cheesing it going into, and they cut that off. There was a
I
lot
completely
of
agree
feedback.
with you, Pope. It feels
Yeah.
a lot like that. Like
There's a lot of
you're
feedback
racing
people
around.
gave. Yeah,
looking for these chests. It feels a lot like when you were doing laps trying to get the chests in Menagerie.
but here's an example of Bungie taking feedback that people gave them that said, "Hey, we like to do this thing where we get more rewards." But then they change it to something more skill based, like you got to go find it. You got to it's a jumping.
Well, you also got to
puzzle
kill
and-
the mini bosses to make them
right.
spawn in the
I
first
feel like
place.
it's a lot more fun activity and it's engaging and
My
feedback
favorite
that
part
we
of the
gave
whole
them.
thing is that when you have 10 seconds left to looking for the chest, it pops up with all the icons for the chests that you
Shows you
missed.
where they all are. Yeah.
Just to taunt you.
Yeah.
You're never going to get there in time.
It's great. It's it's a cool concept because it's an interesting loop in that sense, and I'm gonna be sad when it goes away because it's unique in the Destiny universe.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a super cool area too. It's the first time that as a guardian I've kind of felt like I'm this super powerful guardian when I'm walking around the place, right? Because I can jump up to the rooftops, I can fling around everywhere. It feels really good to be a guardian and jumping all over the place.
Yeah, the way it's built feels completely different to any other kind of area that we've had in Destiny 2. The way it feels like it's like city blocks where you can go into the buildings, you can get on the rooftops, you can use your Sparrow to go like street level to get from place to place.
Yep.
Like there's different ways you can get from place to place. Skipping along the rooftops. Like I like the kind of design structure that they built this kind of like city with, this aerial zone with, and I'd love to see that come back in like future patrol zones because it's really a fun way to explore.
Some of those buildings, though, when I see a chest in there, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get lost.
How the fuck am I gonna get in there?
I just turn around and walk away. Oh, it's that one. Never mind.
I suspect that we'll learn like the layout of the buildings though the more we play it. And there's secrets in there. There's secrets.
Oh, there has to be.
Yeah.
There's also a public event thing that happens on the 2 bosses. I actually didn't do it yet. Has anybody completed that?
I didn't even know there's a public event.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
there's a thing that spawns when you're killing the 2 bosses, the final 2 bosses, and I believe it's linked to the Brood Witch if you activate it correctly. I don't know how you activate it. I haven't done it. Yeah. So there's seems like there's things that are secrets in there.
People are saying something about a cat statue.
Yeah, a cat statue underneath and all that.
There is the cat statue in the underneath part. That's interesting. But I haven't heard or seen anybody activate that you're talking about. That's cool.
Yeah, there's definitely like a event wizard type of thing that happens, and
I wonder if it's manually triggered or if it's like random, like the meatball and Gambit.
I've seen I didn't do it too many times, but it always pops up when you're killing the bosses to go and do it somehow.
Well, there's the Taken that you have to kill, right? That you're not talking about. There's a timer for killing the I don't forget.
I think
what they
that's
call
the
them.
public event, right? That we're talking about.
I think so.
Oh, is it the prismatic Taken?
Maybe.
I guess it gives you a buff. That's what people are saying in chat. I didn't play it enough to know because I've been grinding on the armor.
Oh, okay. Because there's midway through the bosses, there's like these Taken that show up, and then they give you a minute to go find them or something. And when you kill them, is it a buff? You go back and you can kill the bosses quicker.
The reason why I'm saying public event is because it makes the sound of a public event coming into the map.
Does, yeah.
So
that's
why I'm saying that.
Got it.
For anybody who's confused about that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that's I was talking to people, and so the bosses aren't necessarily on a timer, but those Taken are, and you got to go find them and kill them. And I often find myself by myself trying to kill these guys, and the Captain's no joke. I mean, he's like throwing the shade at you, and I'm often finding myself. I don't think people know to go find them and kill them.
Yeah.
So I'm by myself over there trying to kill those guys, and they're melting the boss, and I'm like, no, don't do it yet.
So this is one of these things where Bungie makes a really cool area and thing that happens, and it usually ends up going away. And I hope they don't do that, even though I know it's going to go away.
I hope not.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to get access to it after?
Nah.
I would be surprised if it didn't come back, though.
Yeah.
They've obviously spent a lot of time building it.
True.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Briar, that is going to be the new Forge mode for Destiny.
Forge.
That space we're going to be able to.
Is the new.
All right, so explain yourself because that word gets thrown around a lot around the Destiny circles. And
I'm thinking Halo.
A lot of the time, it doesn't mean
Forge
shit.
World.
Oh,
okay.
Forge
Okay. Forge mode like Halo.
No,
I knew immediately
I mean,
he was
like
talking about
an
Halo Forge.
Yeah, an environment where you can build structures to an established map and make your own activities, and then share the.
I'd just like to see them added to the private matches so you can play PvP in there because I think it'd be a super fun place to play PvP.
Would be really fun.
That would be cool. I'm telling you, it feels like it was built for 16 people to drop in and fight each other. Straight up.
That would be fun if we could have like ground war type thing for Destiny, where it's just more players on a map, and that's the map that we get. That'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be. But hey, think about like King of the Hill on that map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Say 15, 20 people drop in, and then the hill rotates throughout the building and on top and down below, and you have to defend the hill to get the points.
Yeah.
That would be epic.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Not epic like the company, but like epic.
So I will say that the rewards, I feel like this is where Bungie does really cool activities, but I always feel like the rewards tend to be lacking. And I understand that once you get the full legendary armor, the packages can drop legendary versions with enhanced perks from them.
Yeah.
But like, I always want things that slightly change the sandbox in some way when I'm playing PvE from these events. And that's always the thing that I walk away missing from these cool activities.
Well, you're gonna have to wait till October 1st for that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's going to happen in the future again. They're going to have another cool event thing, and it's only going to give it's going to give me blues and legendaries that I've already seen.
Yeah.
Throughout the sandbox.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's really built around building that armor up, right? It's getting
Yes.
that pretty armor to be a fancy guardian.
Yeah. Very true.
Should we talk about that armor?
Yeah,
Sure.
the grind.
What's
How do you
yours?
guys feel about the
Oh my
requirements
gosh.
for the full set?
I may get through my Titan, but no other characters. I may get through my Titan.
Wow.
That's a lot of grinding.
It's a big grind.
For a casual player, it's a lot of grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I expected it to be what it is because I did last year, and I feel like it's similar in a lot of ways. Where there's changes, but at the same time, it was just a very big grind. And I'll just say what I always say every year when this happens. It's like, I get that they kind of want to make something that will last, 30 days and take some time, and yes, still have a challenge enough that if you really want it, you've got to get out there. But there's things that I don't like doing, and I think a lot of the, people don't like doing. And I just always wonder, is there the either or option in this grind? Like, especially when it's hard enough to get a raid team together. Like, why can't I still go into the raid and like grind out some of this stuff like really effectively and make that part of it? Because that's what I want to do. Like, I want to go for my Anarchy. I still need it. I want to get into Crown of Sorrow. I just haven't played enough. Or even I just did the raid race, right, with Chevy and the whole Clan Redeem stuff. And it was a lot of fun, but like, this isn't going to encourage that. It's like the only thing out of it that I like am okay with is like Crucible and Strikes, but everything else, you just kind of get tired of. So I don't know. I think it's fine overall, but I just wish that we could do something better. Is my audio messed up? Or you,
No. I'm
you're
just
all acting weird. Okay.
I'm just laughing at
Just making
Frank.
sure.
Frank from Fire Team Chat.
Oh,
People
somebody
are
asked if
hilarious.
I'm Frank. Yeah, that's well, my
Hey,
grandpa
it's
went by.
Frank.
I'm
Frank from
the
Fire
third.
Team Chat.
Hey, it's Frankie.
Frankie from Fire Team Chat.
Hey,
Call me Frankie.
Forget
I'm Fran.
about it.
Don't let him get. It's just it's Fran. It's not as common of a name. Anyway, so I'm
Isn't it
curious.
Francis?
It is Francis Michael Mirabelle III. That's where the FM3 comes from. It's my arcade
Fancy.
initials.
Fancy.
So anyway, I think it's fine overall, and I think you should have to work to earn it. It's just I never like honestly, just to be frank, I'd rather play other games and do things that are enjoyable and I make progress in, versus grinding out like getting grenade kills.
That's kind of where I'm at too, Fran, is like the armor is really nice, but it doesn't do anything different. And Armor 2.0 is coming out, and I know that you can get this armor in Armor 2.0 as well.
Thankfully.
But like I see the pictures of the new armor that they put out today for ShadowKeep, and I'm like, that's kind of more what I want. I want stuff that I can earn like by playing what I want to play, not stuff that I have to grind out. Like, I've done enough adventures at this point to not want to do any more of them. I've done enough. Like, there's certain things, like I've done enough Gambit. I did so much fucking Gambit leading up to the last raid that I don't ever want to touch the game mode ever again. And like some fancy armor isn't going to get me in.
Yeah, that's why. Like, what do you guys think of that? Like, do you think they're doing it right in that it's a celebration of all the things that you kind of do in Destiny? Like, in a way, I understand that the steps bring you through these memories and yada yada. But the other side, like, what do you think of that versus why not let you maybe do it a little more your way? This or that, this or that.
Yeah. So Fran,
Yeah, I
I was
like
actually
that
going to
better.
say that so I would like to see a version of you can do a more difficult thing or you
Yeah.
can do the longer, more grindy thing. So we take Crucible, for example, right? You can do 10 Crucible games. So if you're not that great at Crucible, there you go. You just have to sit in the playlist for a little bit. Or you can win 5 games. You know, it's just an example. Where you have the option of you can do the more challenging activity. Maybe you have to get a certain score on a nightfall instead of doing a bunch of strikes. Or you can just, you can do it as a solo player and just sit in a playlist and still get it done. I think I would like that option a little bit more.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, or do a raid and you don't have to do these other things, or
Yeah.
I don't know the exacts, but like, again, I want like an option
Just
to kind of
options.
do stuff.
Interesting.
I like that idea.
So I hear you guys, and if there was more like options throughout the game for things to check off the list, I would totally be down for that. But like honestly, I don't really mind how they have it set up.
I don't mind it.
It's like
No.
I never do
What would you
patrols.
prefer?
Well,
What's the
honestly,
question?
I'd
what
prefer.
Would you want? I don't mind it either. I don't like it.
I would prefer how they have this set up for like a lot of things in the game. Like I would, if I could take an exotic piece and have like a checklist of things to do on that exotic piece that were like, this leans more into the MMO side of things of like, here's a bunch of tasks that you have to go check off the list because we have to fill up some things that you need to do. Like this is what happens when the game goes more towards those MMO sides of stuff. So I honestly, I don't mind it. What I would like is more things to expand on that, because in D1, like I was a fan of having to put XP into guns to see how it felt once it was fully leveled up and upgraded. And this is kind of like that. This is like an evolved version of that to evolve the armor beyond that. I feel like the heartache that a lot of people had was they went into this thinking, I'm going to get that legendary set today. And if you grind out that legendary set in one sitting, you're gonna hate yourself by the end of it. You're gonna be like, I'm never playing Crucible, I'm never playing Gambit. I'm screw this game, I'm done. And then like the next day you pick it back up. Because you have
right.
this.
It's not meant to do that.
Well,
no, it's supposed to be a month, right?
What I like about this is that as a player that has to plan my life out, and I know what activity I'm going to do to get that piece of armor, right? That next thing. And I'm on board with Tefty for a different reason. I like that it gives me a roadmap to accomplishment, even though Tefty will knock that out in a day or two. I know that it's going to take me this entire Solstice event to get one character through, but I know that I can plan it out and make it happen, right? So,
yeah, it gives you a list of things you can kind of plan out how you're supposed to do things. And like, I'm never gonna do patrols unless I actually have to. So I don't mind the fact that the game is like, hey, you're gonna have to do this. And what I try to do is sprinkle it here and there. Like do a few of them, then do something else. Do a few of this, do that, and that helps with the grind. So you can split it up. But one thing I did yesterday was I did 10 Gambit games in a row, and that was a problem. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done like 3 Gambit games, did something else, then do a couple more Gambit games, then do something else, because there's like
a grinder.
Well, there's a monotony that can kick in, and when you experience the sandbox's inconsistencies and imbalances, when it's like magnified in front of you over multiple games, that's when you start getting annoyed and pissed off at stuff. And so you have to split that up over time.
Yeah. Again, I don't mind it. It's really got me thinking based on like what Watts said, like maybe more challenging, but in what you said about it going more towards RPG, you do this. But the more I think about it, it's almost like maybe we're moving towards like, what if you could get Solstice points or ability points, so to speak, right? And like you earn those by doing various activities. And maybe you even do things like the powerful whatever, you get 2x Solstice points if you do 3 adventures. But like, I don't want to do 3 adventures, so I'm just going to skip on that. But like, maybe there's something in that direction that allows me, again, like I just want to play Menagerie because I need to get this role. Like I'm not doing that right now because of this. And like, that's just the thing I always bring up. I understand that trying to get players to celebrate all the activities, trying to especially get players into strikes and do things maybe they've been skipping out on. But like, yeah, I don't really want to play Gambit Prime today maybe, but like, don't force me into it. And I'd love for there to be a solution for that. That's all I'm saying. And I
Sure.
feel like it's actually time.
Like,
we've done a lot of
instead of
grinds with
Gambit?
these events.
Instead of Gambit, you could play some Reckoning.
Honestly, like, I mean, I might actually do that though, because like I don't have any of those mods or a spare ration. Like, I'm serious. I know it's not everyone's favorite event, but give me some choice. I don't think this is a great example, by the way, where I don't think Bungie's against any of this. It's that you set your quest designers with these are the things you have to work with. Go make something, because we're finishing ShadowKeep. But like as we progress, would love. Now you really got me thinking about like slotting and ability trees, and like there's almost something here of just power up your armor. Maybe however they're gonna do it in ShadowKeep, but let me earn points by doing what I want to do. And if I want to raid with you guys, let me earn points that way.
Sure,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man.
This could be one of those situations where not all pieces of content in Destiny are for all players, right? There's going to be some things that people like better than others, and that's okay. You know, like we've said this before, you don't need everything in Destiny. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I feel the need, like, oh, I've got to have every single thing in Destiny. But then I'm like, well, I'd also really like to, play some other games. This is the Witcher 3 effect for me. Is like, I completely missed Witcher 3 when it came out because I was just completely devoted to Destiny. And when I finally got around to it, I'm like, oh, how many other games have I missed? Because I was just like, for 2 straight years, I only played Destiny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. If you're really hardcore and you want to get everything in Destiny, I think this is a perfect thing for you because it's going to soak up a lot of time.
Totally.
And for other people, don't need everything,
Yeah. Yeah. And I was going to say, like, you don't need this armor at all. It is
really
straight.
No, it's just cosmetic.
If this is the best armor 2.0 that you're going to get, then we're in trouble, right? So, I mean, you're totally going to do what we did in all the past years where you try to get this stuff and you put it in your vault and you're very proud of it. You probably wear it at the beginning of ShadowKeep for a little bit, and then, frankly, a lot of people don't even wear it after, but it's that I have it.
Frankly.
For me, it's more so the title, I think, because that is a time-gated title. So I want to have that title in my collection, because it's like if someone joins now in ShadowKeep with New Light and all this stuff, that's a title that they're not going to be able to get. So it's definitely the title for me that I really do want, just to say, I was around during this time, I played during this time.
Yeah,
that's true.
Exactly. You guys laughing at Frank? Stop being mean to Frank.
I'm laughing at Frank.
I agree with Frank.
Jazz just having so much fun.
I love where this
going.
Well,
so,
frankly, my dear.
And the other thing too is you can get one of these armor sets done in a month. That's not going to be a problem. Like, you could chip away at this. If you played one Gambit game a day, that would just be 10 days to get that done. So you have more than enough time to knock all this stuff out and to be able to get that armor if you really, really want that armor. But, if you're going to try to burn through it one day, you're going to feel the heartburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not designed for that at all. And I agree. That's a way to make it sort of a negative experience. But buyer beware, if you want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys want to do some Twitter questions?
Yeah. Was there anything else, actually?
I feel like we missed something, but maybe not.
What did we miss?
Oh, emblems. We can mention the emblems. So the emblems for playing laser tag in 2017 and also playing Iron Banner during the Wolves being out. Those emblems are available now. So if you want to get them, you have to go to your Postmaster and you have like a little package in your Postmaster. And then once you collect them from your Postmaster, there'll be a little triumph for you to select.
But
and then you get the emotes.
Beware, the collection is not ready. So if you decide to delete it and want to wear it later, it's not going to be there, as I understand it, for a little bit. So keep it in your inventory until further notice, and keep an eye on that.
Okay.
And also, too, again, clarity, Moments of Triumph has been extended by the release date, right?
Yes.
But Solstice still ends on August 27th. So, yeah.
Correct.
So wait, but even that's so Moments is extended, but they say if you wish to complete all Moments of Triumph, be sure that that's the legendary Solstice set is within the Moments, so you only have till the 27th to do that.
Correct.
Part of it, obviously. So
I have
be careful on that one.
Basically a month and a half to decide if I want to get a full set of Gambit Prime and win a match, or play a match or whatever, to get that.
Oh, you don't have that yet, Tufty? You don't have a full armor?
Reckoning? This is why I'm saying I wish the patch that's coming would happen earlier, because there's things in there that, like, if Reckoning was more rewarding and less of a pain in the ass, if Reckoning was less like Reckoning, then I might actually jump in and
If
do
they
that.
took the reckoning out of reckoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice if it was lower.
Would be.
I'm going to start the Twitter questions.
Let's do it.
I feel like that's fine. Yeah.
Animu Pepper says, were the events of the Sea of Thieves session Fran Marabella's, Frank's punishment for betraying the podcast by appearing on Fireteam chat last week? I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Teft is on
What
tomorrow's
events?
screen.
Yeah, what event?
I'm pretty
Wait, what's
sure
the
I watched those clips from that, and I feel like there was event happening.
I felt like it was a supportive and loving environment.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
guys
like
were
Okay,
infuriated
Frank.
Fran.
How did you feel about your experience in Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Are we really going there right
Can we
now?
have
Yeah,
the
I would
review?
love to hear
Yeah.
your
Let's have the
thoughts
review.
and feelings on
What's
Well, I thought
your
I was going
honest
to
opinion.
go out
Well.
to sea with some buds and friends and celebrate Watts' birthday.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds like
All
what
of a
happened.
With
sudden-
alcohol, clearly. 'Cause-
Yes, we.
Yeah, yeah.
Alcohol.
Yeah. Exactly. But the beginning of it, I was mostly just like, okay, Briar is going to do everything he can to destroy the ship. Now that's fine because it's targeted at everybody. Like it's not personal. He's just having fun.
Oh,
You gotta keep
did
an eye
it
on
become personal, Frank?
Personal.
Yeah. Did it become personal, Frank? Your glasses been taken down. Then all of a sudden, I'm just trying to help and be, a fellow shipmate. And
Sure.
you start barfing on
Yeah.
me. Taft is flat out lying to me. I
What?
found out.
Flat.
He's
oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, I'm gonna help you park the ship. Just,
I
yeah,
did.
Yeah, bring it
Did
right
you
in.
see that parking job? I literally sold it. I was like, this is beautiful. Right when I hit. It's beautiful.
That was the best part of that clip. We crashed it. I'm like, Taft, please pull the anchor. And it goes, and
That's
he's
how you
like,
park,
it's
man.
beautiful.
That's how you park
This is
it.
beautiful. Dude, that was the clip. So all this, as you know, ends in, okay, the end got pretty grim. You guys put me in the brig. Okay,
Well, you did
locked
crash
me
the
Well,
boat.
you did
below
crash
sea,
the ship.
Yeah, you crashed
the ship with me below. The water started filling up to my freaking eyeballs. I was actually at one point like swimming above the water, like trying to get air. And they didn't let me die, but it was close. And then Tef comes out and barfs on me more. Briar came down. I think he barfed on me too. And I got locked in the cage when they were turning in all the loot.
What?
It was,
But
it
Fran,
was rough.
how did it make you feel?
Yeah.
I want to know your honest opinion and thoughts of sailing the seas with DCP.
Yeah.
Is this like an honest question, or you want me to be
Yeah,
in
honest
character
question.
still?
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
want.
honestly, that was amazing. Like, I didn't think we were gonna have that much fun, and I got hooked on it. You guys went off. You had to eat Watts. Tef needed to grind. I kept playing Sea of Thieves because I was like, "This is so fun."
Dude, it was
And
fun,
I-
right?
I played
Yeah,
more
but-
yesterday. I was having a blast playing solo yesterday.
Yeah, the game's really
I like
fun
it. It's got the
nowadays.
hooks in me.
It is. They've added so much to it. There's
We didn't
really
even-
so much to do. I've even thought about like loading it up solo and kind of just exploring the
just
seas,
tooling
getting some
around.
treasure.
We should play Arena.
Yeah, it's
because that
free
was-
on Xbox Live Ultimate now too.
Yep.
Yep.
But we should play Arena. I would love to see you guys in Arena, especially you, Watts.
I don't feel like
I know
that's
you
the
like your
best place
competitive.
for us, but I'm willing to try.
Dude, you know what's fun? You'd be surprised, Briar. It's chaotic, but yeah, you probably would have to like help shoot some people instead of us.
Sounds like a great idea.
Anyway,
I
it was a
think
lot
I
of
think
fun.
if Briar is given the right motivation and sees the enemy as the actual enemy instead of his shipmates, he would make a horribly terrific pirate.
The enemy, he didn't see the enemy as us. He was acting as a pirate. He was
I know.
Like a
acting a
scoundrel.
chord.
Pirate. He was acting as a saboteur.
No,
That's a different
I
thing
didn't
than
get
pirate.
that. I didn't get
Ah.
that.
Or a
Just
bomber.
goofing around with my
He was a little bit
friends,
of a
you know?
bomber.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, there wasn't. Well, okay, yeah, there was bombs involved, so maybe there was. He did shoot a barrel in between my legs when I was driving
Yeah,
and killed
it
me.
was amazing.
Yeah.
He did everything. Briar is so much fun to play with, to his credit, but you're gonna need a lot of materials to survive if you're gonna have Briar on board.
Luckily, there's plenty.
I was laughing so hard during that stream, my stomach hurt. Like the next,
I was crying.
some
I was
sit-ups.
full on crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That clip you put out, you lost it. It broke
Yeah.
you. That was so good.
Bundy6996 says, I feel like I'm the only person not really liking the armor from the screenshots that were shown off today. What do you guys think about it?
Oh, I
thought
love
it was
them.
really cool looking. I think you are the only person.
Super
Bundy.
cool. Because so for people who haven't seen it, the best way that I've described it is that it looks like spooky astronauts.
Yeah,
Totally haunted looking. Like the Titan definitely looks like an astronaut.
Yeah.
So
the Hunter just looks cool. The
Looks
only one I'm not
creepy.
super hot on is the Warlock. The Warlock's
See, I love the Warlock because I
weird
feel
looking.
like the Warlock looks like something out of Dark Souls. Like
Yeah?
I could totally
that's-
see that in a Dark Souls.
The
Okay.
Warlock set
yeah,
doesn't look too good, huh?
I
I was
like.
gonna say they've
Huh.
taken
like-
this like I don't know if like cultist, tribal, like these sort of masks and stuff that people are wearing. It's funny to me that Titan sticks out as the one that doesn't fit in as much. That looks a little more like just like the
I kind of get like a NASA vibe.
Yeah,
I get like a-
spacesuit
He just
'cause
looks
it's
like
But
an
there's like
astronaut
a
looks
dead
like.
astronaut inside of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're not riding solo. You got a buddy.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
the
buddy.
Warlock looks cool. It's wearing like, in addition to like the
Body
robes
buddy.
and stuff, it's got on like this cultist mask and like it's really creepy. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I only
It's
care
weird,
because
though.
the Titan looks pretty badass. It does.
Yeah.
It does look like the Warlock was running and a piece of paper stuck to their face.
It looks like Dark
Unbelievable.
Souls
I
armor.
can't believe you guys would slander Warlock so much in this podcast. Jesus. We're going to have a discussion about this afterwards.
I'm just.
Warlock hate is out of control.
Unbelievable.
It does look like a piece of paper like stuck to his face. It's like on a windshield.
Okay.
Seth says, you guys think the EAZ was originally a prototype for a BR arena?
Yes.
No.
It's funny until you said I hadn't heard that yet, but it kind of had the vibe for that. But
First time I played
it,
it, I was like, this feels like it was built for something.
there's not enough space ultimately, though, or you'd just be hiding in the buildings, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I think like it would be like a smaller like version because it'd have to be peer to peer.
Right.
You know?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know that it was a BR prototype. I actually, when you mentioned, I was like, I think you might be right that it was for something else.
For something
know
else,
what.
yeah.
But-
it feels like
but-
maybe it was built and then they couldn't finish it, or like the plan
Although-
they had didn't quite work out, so
Mhm.
they made it for this. It's a
But that being
super
said-
cool area. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
said, I
whatever
kinda believe it-
whatever that idea was, double down on it because I love that area.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Love
kind
to
of
see what it was
actually,
originally built for.
I mean, I like the thought, but actually, now that I think about it, I don't know. I think it was just built for this, and that's why it has that weird feeling. Is like we need something in the sky. It can't feel like you're on the ground. Like, how do we just quickly build something up that's a little different? And it has, to be fair, it feels exactly like.
I mean, it's using the EDZ assets, right? So they didn't have to create new assets for it.
Yeah.
It just looks cool. It feels to navigate it. It feels completely original to this area, and that's what's kind of fun about it.
Mhm.
Jeremy Barton says, being that Bungie is now independent, do you think they will still be able to release Destiny 3 as a AAA game we are used to seeing?
No, it's going to be a
Yes.
mobile
Will it
title.
take a more like a Warframe model since they don't have the backing of Activision?
I think they got plenty of resources to tap into to make a solid.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that really affects
I think
it.
they got some of that money investments, third party investments. I don't think they need Activision for making a third AAA title.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Destiny.
think the interesting part of this, yeah, the interesting part of this question is: will there be a D3, or will they just continue to expand on Destiny 2?
Well, I think that they're choosing to do an evolving universe.
Yeah.
D3 it's not going to be called D3, but it's going to be like more. I think they're going to follow the Warcraft, World of Warcraft model, and just keep doing major expansions on the world moving forward, and those will be dropped in titles that will cost more, and then the smaller ones will cost.
So this is something that I heard about. I don't know how valid this statement is, but
Okay.
somebody from the development team may have mentioned that the consoles right now are kind of experiencing the limit of how much data that they can actually have for their file size, and that kind of is a signal to me, like, is ShadowKeep the Rise of Iron of Destiny 2? And well, maybe not Rise of Iron, but like, is it the
Swan song?
It's like, is the next release going to create a split between current gen and next gen to where the next
I don't think it's the next one. Because the next one, the consoles won't even be out yet. The new consoles won't even be out yet, assuming they stick with the September or now October release date.
Right. Fair point. So
for next year,
I guess what I'm saying is, like, is there going to be a point where they're going to have to split the title, and is it going to maintain a Destiny 2 type of thing, or is it going to be a D3 type of thing? Like, I would personally love it for them to continue with the D2 and just keep on building on this for a few years. But if they are running into technical limitations with the current console gen, then maybe that might be sooner.
D3 would be a perfect time to drop support for the old console, right? Because then you're not dropping support of a game that people are already playing. You know, it's a new game.
True.
Yeah, we were hoping. Yeah.
Yeah, that my long-standing perspective, because this question comes up all the time, and I'm always happy it does. Actually, I've been saying since the beginning. I still really strongly believe that we get ShadowKeep, we get the year after. Maybe even then there will be a next-gen version of that, but it'll obviously be cross-platform at the time, and then it's in 2021 where I believe that we'll see a bigger drop. Whether or not you call it Destiny 3 or something needs to give, to your point, and also, too, like, I don't know, I feel like it does need the number, though, because then how do you, like, what's the difference between Destiny 2 and Forsaken, and why is this $40, and if ShadowKeep only has so much content, like, when do you get, or does it ever get a full game? Or am I now,
I could totally see them just dropping the 2.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, let's say, like, next year, 2020's release is, like, you know, Warface. Like, that's the name of the DLC. Then, like, I could just see him dropping the 2 and making it Destiny Warface, you know?
Yeah, and then New Light.
Unless they really do want to get Destiny 3, then Destiny the 2 stays.
I think the potential's there. But either way, whatever they call it, I still believe that they absolutely need to. They just need to unplug from all this and kind of start with something fresh, regardless of file size. I mean, I think it's an interesting point, but I don't think that's a reason to, like, either solve the file space if you want to keep building on this giant world, or start a new world because it's just time.
Then, guys, we can re-earn all of Destiny 2's exotics in D3.
Right.
It'd be great.
Exactly.
There's still stuff from Destiny 1.
Nostalgic to chase for, you know.
Yeah. They really should start playing that nostalgia card. It's really just something they're holding on to. They just won't play it.
They keep close to the chest.
Ben Chung says Destiny 2 will be effectively 1 month late after the delay of ShadowKeep. Do you think they'll push the future seasons to reflect, leading to October 2020 release, or have one shorter one to get them back on track?
I don't know, actually.
Haven't thought about that.
Wait, what'll be?
I don't see a need for them to push, especially as far for a year. Like, I could see the December one coming out, you know, December, whenever they feel like releasing it. But I don't think that release a 2-week push of 2019's DLC is going to affect 2020's DLC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it was just to get it off the ground. And so, yeah, technically the first release is a little shorter window, but like they'll still stick to their current plan, I believe. Although now the right is reserved that they might find later. They're like, you know what, we need 2 weeks later, two weeks more with this other one, or a month more. And I mean, I'm fine with that as long as we have the time to do what we need, but also that you're not like left waiting. You know, I think season of the Drifter, a lot of people felt like if you weren't into that season, the whole season was waiting, you know, for the next thing. So hopefully, you know, we don't run into that regardless.
Josh Haig says, hi, all. How would you guys feel if they bring back the horn system for sparrows? For me, that would be great. I really do miss them.
Oh, yeah.
When I was riding my little scooter McScooter.
Oh, that scooter is so good, Watts.
When
That's
I
the only
was
thing on my
riding
Titan is
that
ever going to ride.
scooter, I was like, I would really like an annoying horn right now.
Yeah,
we need horns.
That's what this is missing.
That scooter is the best part of
the
Solstice.
the key word of that sentence was annoying.
Yes, it was.
When horns were all over the place, you heard them constantly. Like it was kind of cute when it was first released, but then it was like months later, and people are just beeping all the time.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Like overall, it wasn't too big of a deal. It would probably be a huge problem in Scourge of the Past, but that's okay. I also want back or expanded on even the the colored flame streak. What do they call them? But that'd be cool if you could earn
the contrails.
The contrail, yeah, the flame.
Yeah,
like,
I
just
would
to
love
customize that would be so cool. And I'd be fine if it was a vanity item, to be quite honest. But I just love colored flames. They're always cool.
Same.
Levitation says, what do you think of the raid race date? In Forsaken, it was a week and a half later, with this one being the same weekend. Do you think? I think we've kind of already talked about this.
We mostly
so I'm just going to move on.
right?
I like it.
Andy says, with the raid being the Saturday after ShadowKeep's launch, will Tefty be mating his Warlock for 4 straight days to level for the raid?
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Yes, you will.
Don't betray yourself.
I'm going to delete my Warlock so I can't be the Warlock in the raid. Someone else has to be it.
I have an idea. Pope should be the Warlock.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Those
the call.
Warlocks.
Yeah, I think Pope should be the Warlock.
Well, now that we're getting cross save, maybe Watts could be the Warlock.
Yeah.
I have a Warlock on PC. I had to make
Right.
it.
So
to
you
get
could
a
be the
scout
Warlock.
rifle.
I have a Warlock too. Like
Fran could be the Warlock.
I was 3 main Warlocks. I just really like Hunter, and that's what I'm most prepared for usually. But honestly, at the
But
beginning,
then we
I'm
can
on-
have Tefty say, "Put the well here, Fran,"
yes,
which sounds very exciting.
it's pretty good as well.
Yeah. How are you with your well placement, Fran?
Oh, I'm solid, dude.
Yeah?
It's a lot easier than the Tether Man, which is very complicated. It's tricky.
Only if we got Tefty telling you where to put it.
Actually, it's gonna be him and Pope trying to explain at the same time. That's gonna be fun, and then somebody's gonna vomit on me. Great time, everybody. Thanks for the raid.
Very possible. It's very possible.
Sorry, Frank. I mean, you're always welcome back.
Is the vomit
Name's not
included
even Frank.
with the experience here? It's all inclusive. The vomit as well.
Name's not even Frank. They don't even know.
Sorry, Frank. Oh shit! I just hit the.
Oh gosh.
Andy says, nope, sorry. Lord Navarone says, what's your favorite exotic gun mechanic, regardless of power, and which exotic gun could benefit from a little buffing to make you use it more often?
Wait, those are 2 questions.
Mechanic.
Like, what's your
Yeah,
favorite?
kinda.
But also, yeah, what's your favorite? And pick one that.
Yeah, what's
you
your
like the
favorite
most.
exotic gun mechanic?
Mechanic, yeah.
Mechanic.
Like,
Ooh.
Right now, Thorn is probably my favorite because I love the fact that if you get kills, you can then go pick up the thing that gives you ammo that also increases your damage. So I really like the mini game that you play with using Thorn.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. I really, because there's the buff question at the end, like Sunshot always comes to mind whenever I think about buffing an exotic. That gun is super fun to use, but it's just not useful because of its limitations. And if they could buff that a little bit, that'd be great.
Gotcha. So not the sun, the dragonfly explosion, but just the core stats.
Yeah, I think the Dragonfly explosion is super fun.
It's so good, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but it doesn't have range and it doesn't have any bullets.
Yeah.
It's like I'm playing Wolfenstein over here. It's terrible. I got no bullets. Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Pope, are you drinking out of a toilet right now?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I bought that for him.
Tea toilet.
That's awesome. I didn't know that I've seen the tea toilet. That's amazing.
It's
a pool
it's
of
the
brown
only way to
water in a
drink your
toilet.
tea. Yes, it's
very
nice.
Every time I drink my tea out of this, I'm reminded of Watts.
Yep. Indeed. That's right.
Amazing. I don't know. I just have to think about that one more. But Thousand Voices certainly comes to mind just for mechanic. It's pretty cool, like to throw that like napalm stream across a bunch of enemies, and it's so powerful. So I like that a lot. It comes to mind. And then in terms of buffing, I don't know. There's too many to buff is the short answer,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I'd really like to see some of the Helm of Saint 14 and or some of the classic Titan helmet and chest piece. But does it have to be weapons, or can it be any exotic?
It says weapons.
Yeah. Weapons. Okay. There was I'm spacing out on the pulse, the exotic pulse void.
Graviton forfeit.
The
No,
Graviton
Lance. Lance.
Graviton forfeit.
Same
Graviton Lance. I like the mechanic of creating those little black holes.
Yeah.
And I really like how that gun operates, and I feel like it fulfills that power fantasy, and it's really neat and unique. Something that I feel like it could use a buff. I'd really like to see. Gosh, there's so many. I'm with you, Fran, on this. There's a bunch of them that I feel like we don't use that could be buffed up.
Yeah, it's like, this is one of those questions that these are great questions, but man, it's like maybe
It takes a lot of
we should
thought.
remember to bring it up in the next episode. Yeah, like you really want to like sift through if you're just gonna pick.
It'd
one,
make a
but-
good
Yeah,
10-minute
look at a
YouTube
list.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
it
good
would.
idea right there. Maybe for next week.
Is it the Borealis that you could switch the elemental damage on?
Yes.
I like the concept of that. I like how to use it. I feel like that sniper rifle really. I don't use it as often as I should. It's not. I wish it was buffed up a little bit. I think it would be cool to use. It fulfills spot of the exotic. For some reason, I just don't use it at all.
Yeah. Clickfire says, do you think matchmaking in raids could work if Bungie had a simple version like the Menagerie that had very little mechanics and there's not a single comma to be seen within a mile of this tweet.
Wow.
Do you think matchmaking in raids could work if Bungie had a simple version like the Menagerie that had very little mechanics and a heroic version with no matchmaking that was more like the normal raids that are mechanic heavy?
Can you sum that up?
I don't know, man.
Like a
I
raid
I think what
light.
he's looking for is like, raid light that has matchmaking.
Raid light, yes, with matchmaking.
An easy raid matchmaking
With matchmaking.
versus the normal raid that drops.
Yes.
No.
I'd be okay with that, except they'd have
Like
to
what the
basically
Division did.
delete. Yeah, they'd have to basically delete raid mechanics to make that work, because like we've had light raid mechanics in strikes, and it can be a goddamn nightmare.
that's
People to this day
great.
have no idea to charge the ball in the Dreaming City
They
strike.
don't. They just pick up the ball, and then when I pick up the ball and I throw them the ball, they're like, "Why'd you do that?" for?" And then they
get
just
mad
throw
at
the
you
ball
and they
immediately.
throw it up. It's
Right.
such a struggle.
The thing I proposed was still, what was it? There was that one idea coming out of Menagerie as an example, but where you had like the option to load in together, maybe, or in the past I've said like, why not give you a warning where it's like, hey, you're trying to matchmake, be aware it might be frustrating. Do you agree to this? Like, you agree that like you're setting yourself up, and then like maybe like whatever, it's just like high risk, like it might suck, but you agreed to it.
Yeah,
I agree.
they'd
that it
really
does
have to
happen.
simplify the puzzles.
God, yeah, you'd be there for hours just trying to
There's
get
n-
people to do
Well, you'd
the
have
damn
to be on
puzzle.
voice chat. I mean, you definitely.
You'd
You'd
have to be, but a lot of people in matchmaking aren't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boot 'em.
I
Give people-
feel like my
Make a
biggest
mod for the thing or something. I don't know.
I feel like my biggest
Try
concern would be
LFG.
that Bungie doesn't even have the resources to make two of these. You know, like
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does still need solving, though. I mean, I even struggle constantly with putting together raids.
Yeah.
In
It's a
game
pain.
for starters would be, but I will say that, like, we talk about LFG all the time, and like, it'd be nice if there was just something in the game to like help organize that a bit more.
I hear you guys, but I don't know how many people I've been telling this. Use the Bungie app. The
Yeah,
Bungie
the
app
app is
The app
awesome.
is good, yeah.
But the Bungie mobile app is legit. It's just like in-game matchmaking.
Well, then put it in the game.
Well,
If it's so good. They built it. You said it yourselves. Bungie's app is awesome. So why not put it in the game?
okay, you're right.
Yeah,
it's
Pope.
not in the game.
Jesus,
so
Pope.
therefore, here's
Here's
a
fucking
resource.
off in Vietnam. You could have been
There,
putting the fucking app in the
forehead.
game.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Fran.
You
I
are right, though.
apologize.
You're just donging
I'll just go
around.
back to drinking out of my toilet.
Just donging around
Donging around.
Vietnam.
Yeah, what's in that toilet bowl?
Mm-hmm.
We just
Yes, in
titled
a
this
perfect
episode
world.
"Dogging Around Vietnam."
In a perfect world, everything would be in the game, but it's not a perfect world. In this reality, if you want to do raid, I find that the app is successful at that. It is, and I wouldn't just join somebody else's raid. I would just set up your own and then pick your people. It's really easy. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and to be fair, I haven't
Put in
used
some
the app yet. Because yeah, like normally I'm like live streaming when it's happening. But I'm gonna give as a mental note, I'm gonna give the app a shot. See what old Frank thinks of it.
That was
Yeah.
Frank Fair, the LFG experience.
Frank just turned
Frank
into
does
like
all-
that negative Nancy. No, the guy,
I don't know what
grumpy
Frank
neighbor
is.
that yells at you when you're
Uncle
you're
Frank.
like,
No, Frank's
"Is it
definitely
too
in the
loud?"
mafia. 100%.
He's in the mafia.
Yeah, Frankie 2 times.
Frankie 2 times.
I'm in that new Irishman trailer if you watch closely.
Dude, speaking of that movie, I am excited. Oh, that cast is exciting.
Which one?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The Irishman.
New Netflix trailer, basically.
No, I haven't seen it.
Reprising Goodfellas.
You would be
sorta.
very excited. You see the people who are in that movie,
Pesci.
you'll be like, ooh.
Pacino, directed by Scorsese. I mean, it's coming to Netflix.
This is a
It's very
Netflix
exciting.
series.
Netflix
Movie.
movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're literally just
Cool.
making the movie like that you wanted to see for many years. So, some
Yep.
digital effects as well on De Niro making. I think it was De Niro, right? Anyway,
De Niro's gonna be in it too. God damn.
yeah, Pacino.
Basically,
De Niro,
every
Pesci,
person
crazy.
that's played like a gangster is in the movie.
Perfect.
It's great.
I'm in. Red Elephant T47 says, Pope, long-time listener, first-time caller. While you were in Vietnam, did you determine if they pronounce it Vietnam or Vietnam?
Did you
You know
ask?
There's
what?
the
no
locals?
way it's Vietnam.
It is not Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
And in the language that, in Vietnamese, it's said very differently. So
Mhm.
it's Vietnam, but it's like they're two
So
words.
undetermined how to say Vietnam.
Nam? Yeah.
Nam?
They write it as two words. And the phrasing of it's different.
Nam?
Nam.
There's no way.
It is not.
Did you learn how
know
to correctly pronounce pho?
Yes.
And how are the burritos?
Tefty pho for breakfast is phenomenal.
That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. Forget
That's so
about it.
good.
No, it's the food there is so fresh and so good. I mean, you'd love it.
Sounds amazing.
Does sound amazing.
Sonic
DCP trip
D.
to Vietnam 2020.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
in.
go.
Sold. Sonic D Hedgehog says, what is the most overrated cereal you've ever had? Overrated cereal.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, bite
No
your
way.
tongue,
That's
you
so
heathen.
good. Get him out of here. Yeah, thank you, Pope.
Dude.
You can take your
I eat
cubes of
that cereal
sugar.
just for the leftover milk, man.
You
I
can-
eat a bowl of that just so I can. Mm.
You can take your dessert breakfast elsewhere.
I was gonna say Cookie Crisp though. It's like that's the one with all the cookies, right? It's just they're all
It
cookies.
sounds like that's the one, yeah.
Even as a kid, like I was very disappointed. Like I was
Yeah,
I've
it's not
always been
real
very
cookies.
disappointed with that one.
All right, I
Not
might get some. I
cookies,
might
not
get some.
good.
It's great.
I might get some hate for this, but Lucky Charms is just shit.
Lucky
Sorry,
Charms
worse.
is pretty shitty.
Yeah,
But the
I swear it used to be better. Didn't they used to have like actual
something.
marshmallows?
They did
I
something.
feel
to
like
the
when we were
marshmallow
kids,
thing.
just
There's
anything
fewer
with sugar
marshmallows.
was perfect.
That's
I
also
think it-
maybe possible.
I think it has fewer marshmallows, but the actual like bran or oats or it's like cardboard, like runoff recyclable park
Yeah.
bench stuff they use in there or something. It's not good. Just the marshmallows, all you care about.
the cereal good. The marshmallows, when you taste them, they taste like there's some, I don't know.
Injected with
residue in
chemicals?
them.
No, they taste like they're
Well, they're not
3-year-old,
marshmallows.
like Halloween candy.
Some
They're not
sort of
great.
like byproduct
Still
of a
better than
manufacturing
Cookie Crisp.
process that was turned into a consumable product.
Yeah, exactly.
Made out of 100% recycled materials.
Somehow connected to petroleum. God knows
We
why.
found out
So,
where
so
all
Lucky Charms is like saving the world then with their recyclable efforts. Good job.
We're
with that.
finding out where all the the Halloween goes after it doesn't get consumed during Halloween. It gets reprocessed into Lucky Charms.
Even
The real
wrappers.
answer here, though, I think everybody will agree, is the one cereal that does harm to your mouth every time you eat it,
Don't say it.
and that's
You better
Captain
not-
Crunch.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
What?
grape nuts.
Oh,
Nah,
God.
it's definitely dangerous.
Grape nuts is
Grape-
terrible, but
grape
nobody
nuts.
thinks it's good.
Everything's overhyped.
I love grape nuts.
I like grape
Oh,
nuts,
it's
yeah.
delicious.
Oh boy.
I miss grape
All right,
nuts.
no reasonable person thinks it's good.
They're so crunchy. It's amazing.
Dude.
You know,
Okay, so this
Captain
is a
Crunch.
tough
Everybody says Captain Crunch is their favorite fucking cereal, but that
They
literally rips
Cuts
your
your
mouth
mouth.
to shreds every time you
It's
eat it.
like-
It destroys.
one. You get
It's like
lacerations.
a bag of glass.
It's like you just throwing in a mouthful of fiberglass into your mouth and just
Yeah.
chewing.
Right.
Incidentally, that's how they make Captain Crunch with fiberglass. Yeah, leftover parts of
It
fiberglass.
all adds up.
I can't eat these cereals because of being gluten free, so I just get like annoyed with all these delicious cereal options.
I think I saw
you
there's
just
some
avoid
string of
that-
gluten-free cereal that was coming.
They got some gluten free
You-
out
you-
there. It's all right. It's,
It's,
Tefty,
yeah,
when you're in the
there's some
grocery
you
store,
taste
do
you're
you
like,
walk by that aisle, or do you run by it, past it, or do you
So-
go down it and tempt?
there's a few of them that I can still have, and like some have actually gone gluten free. Like Cheerios has now officially gone gluten free for a few years
What's
now.
the prize in the box in a gluten-free cereal?
You know, cloth.
It's like cloth, frankincense, and myrrh.
Get a sewing kit.
It's like a leftover roll of toilet paper or something.
Oh God.
Some
It's not a lot of good options. There's a lot of healthy tasting options when it comes to gluten free. So I just get jealous.
Just get gluten-free cookies and put them in milk.
See,
Boom. Cookie Crisp.
Yep.
gluten-free Cookie Crisp.
I can't. Can you actually imagine
Perfect.
doing that? Buying up gluten,
That's how
getting
Pope
gluten,
eats cookies. He's already explained this to him. He's like,
but
"Put
as
some
like a
cookies, let
legitimate
them
breakfast,
settle at the bottom.
as like I need breakfast.
I see
What
no
should I eat?
difference.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
make
see
me
no
hungry.
difference. Yeah, it's just the
Did
same.
you get like a
thing.
sugar
You're just-
crash eating that?
Okay, look. Have you noticed how much sugar is in those cereal?
Exactly. That's
They're-
why I don't
There's
eat
a ton
them.
of sugar.
Okay, so it's a serving.
Well,
of
no,
those,
you don't eat
Captain
'em 'cause-
Crunch or
Because I'm gluten free,
Allergic to
but also it's like freaking dessert.
you're essentially drinking or eating like you're
You just cut out big time.
in.
You just cut out. Yeah.
Oh,
Basically,
first thing in the morning. Yeah.
basically, you might as well go have like a sundae. Go whip up a sundae, a bowl of ice cream for breakfast. Next question.
That sounds delicious.
You're a genius.
Phoenix Randall says, if you could have the ultimate paintball fight of a lifetime, who would you choose as your opponent? Team DCP against anyone in the Destiny community. Bungie employees, devs, content creators, etc. Each DCP members picks one person to be on the other team.
It's
Winner
God,
takes
it's this
breadwinner.
question again. It's
Wait.
been dodgeball. It's been
Yeah, I feel like we do this
hot
every
dog
time.
eating
I
contest.
know.
No.
Watts, let me just take this one real quick. It's
Okay.
simple. First of
Yeah.
all, the team that we
Patrick.
would be playing again would be the RezoCast people because they would roll over like biatches, and it would be the
If they
easiest
even
game
bother
we've
to
ever-
show
they
up.
wouldn't even show up. It would be just us on the field, nobody else there. Oh, I think they're also rating us, by the way.
No way.
Mhm. They may be listening.
Wow.
That's awkward.
Oh,
No,
freaking
seriously.
crap.
Like if it'd be Holtzman. If I could shoot anybody in the world with a paintball, it's Patrick.
Mhm.
Because he
Are
didn't
you
get
sure
a
your
tattoo?
attention hasn't switched to Frank now?
Whatever.
Hey, Frankie,
I don't
2
know.
times.
Hey,
Frankie
well,
two
you're gonna
tap with
put
the
the cap
paintball.
in. Yeah,
Pick up that paintball, cap him. Frankie 2 times.
I'm gonna
These are
put a
terrible
cap in
impressions.
your ass. That's it.
That's it.
Justin
It
Beaver
wouldn't-
says, do you have any homemade hybrid sauces you like to make? I enjoy a good barbecue sauce mixed with mayo. Don't hate, just try it. What sauce goes best with... I'm not reading the rest of that
With
question.
Briar, I like to make a sauce out of briar because briar gets very
the runoff. You
know,
collect in the pan as you slow cook it.
The
you slow cook briar, and then you just slowly keep getting the briar juice out when you're cooking it.
Brazen sauce.
It is delicious with some barbecue briar
beans.
beans.
I mean,
Barbecue
honestly,
baked briar beans are delicious.
you're probably going to want to throw like a half an onion, maybe a few pieces of celery, a little bit of carrot.
Some garlic.
Yeah,
garlic
Are we talking
garlic,
briar brisket?
like underneath,
brisket?
as so that
brisket.
soaks up the juices as it's this is a slow cook. All right,
It's a definitely.
yeah.
But I'm thinking I'm taking shank, and I'm smoking.
You're taking Frank.
Did you guys hear the question? Two sauces that you mix together.
Sauces, not meat. We're not combining meat.
Sorry.
No, but we're making briar sauce, and we're combining it with barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the answers. Yeah, I legitimately do. Like, I'll put hot sauce or sriracha in anything. Ketchup is like the easy one to just make your own, like Tabasco.
Sriracha and mayo is pretty good.
And that is a good combo as well.
With fries, if you want to take some fries and fancy them, dip it in sriracha and mayo.
All good choices.
We go to a wings place called J. Timothy's in Plainville, Connecticut, and they do something called I think it's called the double fried wing, where they basically they make a wing with all the sauce, and they put it in the fryer. They take it out, they re-sauce it, and they put it back in the fryer. It's really good. But what's even better is when you have them do it with the buffalo sauce the first time and the honey sauce,
Ooh, yeah.
The second time.
That's delicious.
All right, I'm listening.
Oh, it's real good. That's when I mix two sauces.
Sounds good.
In the fryer.
Sounds delicious.
You don't want to go there every day. Vaughn says, happy to see you got back safe, Pope. So DCP, what is the first thing you do when you're all caught up on work and just ended a stream? I go take a leak. I always have to take a leak.
Yeah.
I eat lots of food.
Yeah.
I'm usually hungry.
Usually I'm trying to
It's
eat
dinner
at that
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lately I've been walking.
Yeah,
Lately I've been walking Joey also, so he's getting a nighttime walk.
Yeah. For me, it's I come here directly from work and I immediately start the podcast. So I haven't eaten or anything like that. I'm still wearing my work clothes, half of my body, and so I have to just catch up with the family. So I do father stuff, daddy duty, check in.
Daddy
on the family.
duties.
And that's usually takes me.
I just eat.
Have a series of sauces that I'm preparing, and I'm mixing multiple together. It takes quite some time, so that's normally the first thing I have to get on top of.
It's important. Prioritize.
Yep.
Ringo the Dingo says,
Prioritize. Never mind.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, Watts. Good job. Totally read my mind on that one.
what's your favorite beer and which one is best for the shower?
Well, again, a double question. Y'all trying to get two questions in one too often.
Yeah.
But all right. So wait, favorite?
Is your favorite beer not good for the shower?
Not necessarily. Those are two completely different scenarios. I would love to hear your answers first. That being said.
I need fruity beer because I hate beer.
Like a creek, like a cherry Belgian, or more? You mean like a berry wheat type thing, or
a lambic?
Yeah, see, that's
I'd see Watts getting into a good lambic.
That makes sense to me. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're like sweet and sour.
Yeah, so I think I'm going with a style Kolsch. That way, if you get a little water in there from the shower, it doesn't really change the flavor.
Oh, that's just a travesty. It doesn't change the flavor. Warm water in Kolsch. All right. I mean, I know what you mean. It's a light beer, but that's just. I'm a huge beer fan,
I fell in love with
shower water in your
Kolsch beer. Hey, I like to live dangerously. As I'm drinking it, I get water like the spout as possible as the shower's coming down, and I just.
Kolsch is amazing. Definitely one of my favorites. It is brewed in Cologne. In fact, the rule is you have to be able to see the dome. It's the huge cathedral. So that's the rule if you're making real Kolsch. It has to be able to be within a radius, basically. You can
and the
see
fact that you
tower.
called it cologne, just devalues everything you just said right there.
Oh, I have to say Köln.
You have to say Köln. Thank you.
Yeah, Köln.
Good.
All right. Köln.
Good.
Köln.
Actually, it's funny. I've been there many times.
K-O with an umlaut L-N.
What a
Köln.
Do you
dog.
speak German?
Yes.
Sprechen
Ich
Sie
kann-
Deutsch?
How many dongs?
Sprechen Sie keine Deutsch?
How many
Ich war, in,
dongs?
ich war in Deutschland für ungefähr ein Jahr in einer Außerschule-Programm.
He's better than me. I don't understand half of that.
Wow.
I can
Bam.
say, like, do you have a
Fancy.
table for 2 people? I'll have 2 beers. I'll have a cup of coffee. On a tasse cafe.
Can you
Anyway,
Ask how many dongs the beer costs.
So, first of all, if you're bringing Kolsch in the shower, you're the one that's embarrassing yourself, sure, sir. But going back to the answer to the question, I'm a huge bourbon stout fan. So anything of that variety. And one of my favorites comes out of the Goose Island folks in Chicago, but it is called just escaped me.
That's
What's
a
the
good.
name
That's a
of
good
it?
name for a beer, though. Just escape me.
Just escape
No,
me.
Yeah,
and
that's
it is
actually
like one of my
great.
favorites.
That actually
I
sounds
forgot.
like a DCP boy band name.
Just
Just
escape me.
escaped me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, Bourbon County. So that is
It'd be a
an amazing.
DCP
It's a crazy
K-pop band.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. They call it a
Can
cigar
we
beer.
do that? We should do that.
We should make a
We've
K-pop band.
Changed
Just escaped me.
topics. Yeah.
All
We're
right.
now starting a boy band.
Okay,
Do you want
let's
to
just
All
do
right.
it.
Whoa.
Perfect.
A K-pop band.
Yeah, I want to talk
K-pop.
about beer.
K-pop?
I know. I was getting excited, Brian.
Well, if we make our K-pop band, we could come out with our own K-pop beer.
Win-win.
Mm.
What do
And
you
then we
think?
could
see,
do
that would be a good shower beer.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, yeah,
Korean
yeah.
beer, it's very light.
So my
That's a great
brother-in-law
Yeah, I like-
owns a
Height.
brewery in
That's it.
Cincinnati. So anything we come up with here, I can just make a call and we can.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
Perfect.
one
Make it
call
happen.
away from making this
Beer
reality.
we
needs
have
to
a
happen.
series?
Shower beer needs
Yes, a
to be
series
a
of shower
branded
beer.
DCP
I love
product.
this DCP shower beer. Like
Why don't we
something
do
good
that?
sudsy.
We
It could
do
be
that.
sudsy. Oh my god, I've got so many
Dude,
ideas.
every guy in the world's going to be going to that brewery going, I want shower.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How has that connection not been made yet?
I don't know. Maybe it has. And we just
My
don't know.
favorite beer is like dependent on the season. I don't like the same beers in the summer that I like in the winter. Like I like
Mm.
spicy,
Same.
real flavorful beers in the winter. In the summertime, I want like real light beers. Like I often go with like the Japanese beers or like the
Sapporo.
like those Sapporo or
Kirin.
yeah. I love those, but in the summer I also like less alcohol content. I don't know if it's something about the heat and the sweat, but like I'm always looking at alcohol content in the summertime where I'm not so much in the wintertime. I'm okay with having a
I find that
Heavier
Basically,
beer.
you're a little more sad in the winter, so you like to get hammered. So the days fast.
no, I just
the
drink
summer,
more
you're-
beers in the summer.
That's what I was just
Gotta
about to
pace
call
it
you
out.
out on it. Yeah.
So
You
what
like
what you're
best.
saying, Briar, is that if we're the winter time would be the best because you would more seasoned. It's like a brining.
No.
You're brining yourself.
The Mohegan Nine says, "What's the dumbest idea you have, but you believe it would make the world a better place?"
Shower beer.
That's not an idea. That's a reality, Fran.
DCP branded shower beer. It's going to make the world a better
DCP,
place.
Yeah, specifically
Make the
DCP
world a
branded.
better
Yeah.
place.
Next one up would be the K-pop band. DCP K-pop band. What was it?
Exactly.
Just escapes us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just escaped us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I believe that if you are at a green light and you get rear-ended, you should be at fault.
That's I've had that happen.
Okay.
By the way, so
Fran,
I don't know about that.
do you?
It's
when
a green light.
when-
You should be moving.
actually no, wait. I was at a red light. Sorry. Of course,
Okay,
they,
yeah,
they
green,
thought it was
green
green.
light.
Yeah.
Green
They
light
thought
is
it was green.
different.
That's what happened, though. And I
No,
was like,
they're
what
just
just
idiots.
happened? They
They're
were,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, they're just dumb.
Hmm.
Man,
Maybe they need
something-
more gluten or something.
Yeah. Good.
Hard lack of gluten going on there.
Anybody else got one? Dumb idea that you think would make the world a better place?
These are like those inventions that are like 1995, and you think it's the best thing ever. It's funny because I've certainly had them. Oh, what would be a good one right now?
I'm thinking teleporters.
Okay, they
Do
gotta,
away
like,
with
be
I mean,
cars.
that
That'd be a really
sounds
good
like
idea.
a great idea.
That would
But it has
actually
to
help
be
the
like
world.
realistic.
That would just be fantastic.
So you just dial in your location and you teleport there, and you're.
Oh, I had one. This just
Okay.
came back to me because of the driving. Is at one point driving a lot. I had an idea that instead of people honking at each other, you would actually have like a sign that you could like pick from a series of like messages on it.
Yes.
So you could
Remember those old,
communicate
like, LCD
instead.
light panels with the
Sure, but it wasn't like a full, but just like a message where it was like back
that's
off
horrible.
or sorry.
Have you
Yeah.
played?
'Cause you know how you-
Call of Duty? Like
Yeah.
the creativity people have with a little bit of space.
No, but not anything. Again, you get a sign and it sort of says like sorry. You know when you wait when you say thanks, but you do the wave in the car. You take your hand off the wheel, or sometimes you hint. You give them a little thank you, a little thank you honk. Like, see, we don't need to do any of that because we just get a sign on the side and the back, and then you could communicate better. But then you also have the ones where you're like, nothing expletive. But if you're mad at people without the
that's gonna
horn,
be hacked, no
That's
problem.
the
And
it's gonna be hacked. It's a
I'm
new
with
sign.
you.
It is.
Unhackable.
Fran,
It's
I'm with you. I
neo.
would like to be able
Fran,
to communicate
go
with my
fuck
fellow
yourself.
drivers
That
in a more clear and functional way.
Yeah.
Yes, because the
That's
horn.
a-
How about-
you're right. That's a stupid idea.
How about they make a law
the
that
answer.
you're
I'm
able
trying.
to open hand slap somebody one time?
In your life or per day?
Per day.
What's that?
Yeah,
Is it per day or in your
life.
lifetime? Per month?
Mm,
Per
It's
week?
just
no,
lifetime.
You really
right?
got him.
just
thinking
one
about this.
one time per person. So I gotta like choose very wisely when I'm gonna slap the shit out of Pope. Right?
Oh,
Like I
man.
can't do it on my first impulse. I gotta choose my moment, like
The
when
right
it's gonna be
time.
most effective.
And then I'm gonna be like on the edge of my seat, going, "Is this the time he's gonna do it?"
That's how you
Constantly watching.
keep Pope in check.
Yeah.
It's always
No,
the
there's
threat
no
of
such
a
thing.
slap.
I
Yeah.
only get one shot at it. You
Yeah.
gotta make it count.
If Briar thinks that he's the only person that's open hand slap me, he's got to get.
He's had a lot of practice, man.
He's got to have to wait in lines.
One of the sides of Pope's face is there's a callus. It's a big callus. from getting slapped.
slap
Oh, I gotta
house.
tell you guys a story about when I was young.
Uh-oh. Cut out.
This kid tried to pick on me when I was younger, and he wanted to get into a. And to prove to him that I wasn't afraid of him, I slapped the crap out of myself to show him that
Oh,
I
yourself.
didn't
That you're
care.
crazy?
And he looked at me. He looked at me like he was I'm gonna fight you. And I said, well, I don't care. And I went whack. And I just
Think this
started
hurts.
smacking my face. And then he looked at me, and it's in Spanish because I was going to school with Mexicans. And he looked at me and he goes, I got the nickname Gringo, Crazy Gringo
Loco.
Salado. It's a white boy with salt, but like bad luck white boy. And that was my nickname in elementary school because I just started slapping the shit out of myself, and the guy looked
Wow.
at me all crazy. So I don't
That's
think
because-
slapping would really affect me really much.
As long as you don't get intimidated by a crazy Pope bear, you should be fine.
Yeah.
It's less about the pain of a slap. That's why it's an open hand slap. It's
Yeah,
more
it's more
about
the
shock
insult.
factor and the insult of it, right?
It's like the back of a glove. Like, in fact, that's what I would do. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even use my hand.
A
I would
glove.
have a white glove in my pocket for just this
Have
time.
Whip it out.
And I would just and the stare after too. That would be the best thing ever. If I could just teft, it's coming.
And with no
One of
repercussions
these
whatsoever.
lectures or
All
vomiting.
these lectures, vomiting, and
All
crashing in the
these
boat.
lectures.
Just wait and see.
And that's the best part too, is because now I could take the glove out and be like, "Man, not this
Is
time."
it
But
happening?
you
know
bite
it's
your
coming,
thumb
man.
at me. I bite my thumb at you.
Yeah, is that Monty Python? I might have just harkened back to that.
We just aged ourselves again.
I've never heard of that movie.
Monty
Pope.
Python?
Yeah.
I saw it on Netflix.
Yeah.
What
It's
is
just a
it?
flesh wound.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Zachary Richards says, if you could snap into reality, either pod racing or Quidditch, which one would you choose?
Pod racing.
Oh,
Pod racing. Quidditch is a
reality.
dumb fucking sport. Like,
Yeah.
did anybody look at those rules before they started playing it? It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Hold up, though.
How can it?
You have brooms and you're flying like wizards.
Or you have pod racers.
Definitely
Yeah.
pod racing, man.
But just
I'd say
think of
pod
the
racing.
implication, though. Pod racing is awesome, but I feel like that it could be
Case closed.
happening soon.
Whoosh.
All right, with certain technology.
Gigantic
The broom.
jet engines propelling a.
The broom is
but the
like it's just straight up pure fantasy. You can go up to the top of the atmosphere with that broom. There's
Wait, you think you're
implications.
going to get a broom if there's all of a sudden
The
Quidditch? You think
Nimbus
you're going to get a person?
5000?
Okay, Brian.
People race
there's some-
Ferraris. Do you own one of those?
No, that's a good point.
Maybe.
In my
He makes a good
Lego
point.
games, I do.
Like, can you really? You can't. If you're a wizard kid, you can't just fly up into like outer space. You'll still
Harry
die.
Potter did. I mean,
Yeah, he
not
When
all the way
did
into
he
outer
fly into
space.
outer
He's
space?
actually
flew up-
the new
He
member.
flew up into like the upper atmosphere.
Okay, but you're
Yeah.
now we're getting into the whole thing here because
new-
he
the
was
It was
new
the
Avenger
Dementors, man. They were up
He
there.
was using a spell to keep himself warm. That's different than just the flying brooms. Totally different spell. You're assuming that you have access to every wizard spell. No, all you have is Quidditch. All you can do is fly around in that stupid.
They play
ring and-
Quidditch around here in the parks, and watch a bunch of morons.
Oh, I've
running
seen
around.
that. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Listen.
They made a
They,
movie
like-
on that.
If you have a broom with
With a
extreme
LARP that they're
verticality, I'm telling you, that's going to be way more useful than going balls fast in the desert one time.
Purely as a spectator sport,
They sound so cool.
Quidditch sucks. But pod racing was a no holds barred race.
Okay, so this
with
is
these
where I
huge
disagree with
jet
you, sir.
engines.
Sir, you sit down because what pod racing from a spectator standpoint is a lot like
Yeah.
watching. You're just like, vroom.
Yeah, if they were at 1,000 miles an
It's
hour.
like NASCAR.
yeah, they're done.
it's not
you
a-
just watch
it's not
them. You
in a
just watch
circle.
them go by.
It's like
If you're
F1 on speed.
okay, Quidditch, you're actually watching the thing in front of you. I think from a spectator standpoint, Quidditch, you just changed.
Dude, Pope, Quidditch, they play an entire game, but only the last 2 seconds of it count.
Guys, I have the ultimate argument.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're all a bunch of goddamn nerds. Next one.
Oh wow. Wow.
I'll take that.
Point to the anime girl.
Frankie 2 times. How do you feel about this?
Anime nerd.
Hey, raise your hand if you have your own anime podcast.
Is that because? Wait, was that Tefty's like, yeah, I do.
No, my
Secretly
hand was
under
just
my
up.
my secret name.
Mhm.
My secret. You can find it on the dark web. I am
Mhm.
I am a
Eric-
technical.
Skeptical.
Eric Fanthavong says, who is more annoying? Vegans who have to tell you they're vegan at every meal, people who do CrossFit and post on social media every hour, or Destiny players who start every conversation with, I'm a day one player.
Oh, I would say it's more so Destiny players who just make up the most ridiculous conspiracies known to man, where you're just like, dude.
Like, I started in the beta, so I'm pretty
I started in the
sure.
friends and family alpha, so
But
I will say-
listen.
This just happened the other day. I was at a vegan restaurant. Actually, no, it's not vegan. I mean, they serve vegan food, and my vegan friend literally went up and said, "Which sandwich is of the vegan sandwiches is the most meaty?" And I was like, "You realize what you're
The burger.
asking?"
Well, that's a term that can be used to describe the texture of something, not necessarily.
He
the
emphasized
content.
meaty though. He was like, "Which one of your sandwich of the vegan ones is like the
I
most
mean,
meaty?"
He
I
made,
feel like
You walk
girthy-
into
girthy.
you walk into a bookstore and you're like, I would like, you ask the clerk, I'd like to read a novel. I want a meaty sink my teeth. It's a term that can be used.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're gonna give up meat, you gotta give up the word. And
You
that's
don't
just
give
how
up the
it
word.
goes.
That's not.
You gave
the
up
meat
the word.
Eaters cannot own that word. It
I
is
don't
a
want the
term.
ownership.
that-
I just want you to be committed to being vegan.
Look,
out
just
there trying
because
to eat meaty
one may
things.
use the word meaty doesn't not mean that they're a violation of their like tenets of.
You have to
That's
admit
true.
there's some irony to the sentence.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
vegan
it
sandwich.
worries me.
He's asking which one is the most meaty.
Mhm.
I understood what he was talking about. I wouldn't judge him.
I
If I
judge
was
I'd be
you,
him.
I wouldn't sit
concerned.
I
there
cast
and
a
judge
judgment.
him.
I'm
Yeah.
judging the shit out of him.
I judge
I
him
would.
hard.
I'm hoping that Tefty gives me his address so I can write him a letter. So I can
Show
mock him
up.
That's
by
strongly
mail.
worded
By
letter.
snail mail.
There's just a white glove inside. It says soon.
Yeah. He also ordered the vegan nachos too. They were surprisingly good, but I was like,
Yeah.
vegan nachos, huh?
Hmm.
Mm.
Interesting. Vegan nachos.
Hmm.
That's it. That was the last question.
Nice.
Ended that on a low note.
Yeah.
Good show, guys.
Good show, everybody.
It's fun to be back.
It's great to have you on.
Yeah, it was
Good
good
to
to
have you
hear
back.
about your experience, Pope.
Yeah,
In
man.
the
Man.
NAM.
Damn.
I was super excited to hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody is interested in traveling abroad in a really safe, fun place to go with lots to do, Vietnam is really the place. It doesn't cost that much to travel through there, and you can quickly find yourself immersed in the culture. It isn't super touristy yet, but I have a feeling that they're gearing up for it. There's construction cranes and things everywhere. And I
What's
Well,
the
now that you've
what's the
mentioned it,
plane
Pope
flight
Bear.
situation? How long does it take to get there by?
from California, it took us 17 total hours, 17 flight time, and 23 travel. Almost a full day
That's
of traveling.
A whole day.
It was
That's a
rough.
lot. Is there any pod racing that you can spectate over there?
No pod racing. There is some cockfighting though.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, they got all those dongs. So just to be expected, I guess.
Wow.
So
Maybe this is
Briar,
the
I got to
right
tell you
note
this
to end on.
story. I got to tell you this story. It's sad, but I have to tell. So my mom, she has a puppy, but it's one of those dogs. It's a large breed, so it's a large pup. And she had to rush it to the emergency room. She thought the puppy was going to die, and she had given it a chew toy, and the dog swallowed the entire chew toy, a beef stick.
Whoa.
Okay,
Jeez.
swallowed the entire beef stick whole without chewing on it. Just got excited and swallowed it down.
Whoa.
When I'm trying hard not to, because I immediately Google like just what is this beef stick? Like what am I looking
How big
at?
a beef
Like,
stick can a dog
what are we
take?
talking
Now
about?
I'm wondering. Like that was
Right. So you would Google it as well. And I'm
on.
on the phone. My mom's like freaking out, and she's worried, and she's
How
but if-
meaty was this beef stick?
I almost busted out laughing on a phone call with my mom, because apparently a beef stick is a dried out bull penis.
Yes.
Naturally.
And so my mom's dog choked on
On a bull dick.
couldn't take a whole anyway, so
Yes.
the dog's fine now. And I just thought I'd share that story with you because I
The
thought
dog
that it was
recovered from the
humorous.
bull dick.
The bull, yeah. Bull dick.
It's a happy story.
I had no idea that those dog chew toys that they market as just beef stick are not just
Yeah,
beef
that's
stick.
not just the beef stick.
No.
Wow.
Well,
So
You're
anyway,
getting
I don't
into
know.
some yeah.
Yeah. We didn't cover that in Twitter questions, so I
A
thought
whole new
I'd
corner
share.
of the internet has been opened
Yeah.
up. That's what I'm thinking.
That's great.
Chat, you're the best.
Anyway, just let everybody know that my mom's dog's.
Good.
That's
We were all
great.
very worried.
That's really great.
Oh,
vigil
and
can
on
end.
on a serious note, just to finish it on a serious note. So my mom was on the podcast that we did for raising money for St. Jude, and was really excited. She got back. I know I've got some messages from people asking, because she had gotten cancer. She had been diagnosed with cancer again, and they were able to remove the cancer, and she had gotten a skin cancer, and they were able to get it early enough that they were able to remove all the cancers from her. So on a serious
Yeah.
note,
That's awesome.
my mom
That's
is
great
now
news.
cancer free again. So
That's
That's
awesome.
that's fantastic.
That is great
Glad.
news.
all right, so
Glad she's
silly to serious. Sorry.
Ah, that's great. Well, that's the podcast then, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Pope.
Anything?
Welcome
Thank you.
back, Pope Bear.
I don't think I will be on next week because school's starting.
Mm.
But
Already?
yeah. But I will be on again soon.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If
Thank you,
you
guys.
support us on Patreon as well, thank you very much for that. If you support us on Twitch all of our various channels. Thank you very much for all of the kind and generous support for the show. It always is amazing to see the turnout. So thank you guys so much. If you want to find more of me, you can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can catch my streams, twitch.tv/TeftyTeft. And I might be taking a vacation in August.
Do it.
It's a possibility.
If he doesn't do it, Chad, I want you guys to go into the stream every day and harass him about the vacation.
Yeah, Tefcation.
Tefcation.
Can we get it? Can we get it trending on Twitter?
That doesn't
Hashtag
sound right now that I said it.
Tefcation.
I don't like it anymore.
I'm not okay with you taking this much time off.
Yeah. Pope, can I go to Vietnam?
There may not be a spot on the podcast for you.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Damn.
So quickly, this guy turned.
Hopefully-
we might just give it to somebody else.
Hopefully somebody has
They
fiber
may
optic
join.
internet by that time.
Ah.
You gonna have fiber by that time?
I'm working on
Working
it.
on it?
I'll have 300 up and down in 4 days.
I was
Ooh,
laying
Pretty
cable right
solid.
before the show, so it should be pretty good.
nice. Pope, not bad. Call me when you got 1,000 up and down. Okay.
I could get 1,000, but I'm not willing to sell my to the AT&T overlords.
No, AT&T isn't gonna give you 1,000 up. They're only gonna give you 1,000 down, and it's probably BS 1,000.
Mhm.
All right, this is really interesting. I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on YouTube. I just actually uploaded a video about the Oculus Rift S, the new VR headset from Oculus.
Oh, we're gonna talk
that's-
about that on SideQuest too.
Definitely going to talk about that on SideQuest or well, whatever. And yeah, talk to me on Twitter.
Awesome.
I am Miss5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss5000 Watts. Playing many games in September. If you're looking for weeby stuff, we'll be doing Oninaki. We'll be doing Code Vein. We'll be doing Astral Chain. We'll be doing Monster Hunter World. That counts as weeby. So yeah, check. Just Google me.
Weeb adjacent, at least.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'm FM3. You can find me in Destiny. If you spot FM3, that's me out there most likely. And you can find me the same right here on Twitch TV/FM3 _ on that one. One day I'll have all three. And then I always tell people, if you ever use the Epic store, on the Epic creator, content creator stuff for Fortnite and Dauntless and all the games there, if you buy a game on the Epic store, it's Fran Mirabella, which I'm also on Twitter.
Where can we
Also known as Frank.
where can we find Frankie 2 times?
Also Frank.
Frankie 2 Tams.
Coming soon to a raid near you.
All right.
Or Sea of Thieves, maybe.
Nice.
And this has been Pope Bear. Don't follow me on Twitter, please. It's at Pope Bear. All I do is post random stuff and I don't know.
Bull dick pics.
Old dick pics.
Tons
Dried
of dong
bull.
pics.
Lots of
Dong
dong.
pics
There's
everywhere.
Yeah, you've had a
probably lots
lot of
dong on.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, do follow at DCP _ live. It's our podcast Twitter handle, and also the same on Instagram. We are posting stuff weekly, including links to this podcast channel. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it, listen to it on Podbean or on Spotify, on iTunes. You can listen to it anywhere you want. But definitely follow the podcast Twitter handle, and you'll get updates and won't miss any of the cool stuff. If you haven't had a chance to check out some of the Let's Plays that we do, definitely check out these guys' channels. They upload YouTube content for that. And you'll get a notification if you follow our channel, and you'll be able to catch it and not miss that stuff. But we also do some community events. We did a raid race last raid, the world's first raid race, where we cover all the major teams as a kind of a news source and keep track on DCP, but also all the top teams. It's a lot of fun. We last time we hired we got some amazing shoutcasters, Blessius and Typhoon Trav to comment over the raid race. It was a really great way to check in on one channel and find out what's going on.
We gotta get Bless back on the show. He was hilarious when
we're looking at doing that thing again, but for this upcoming ShadowKeep. But let us know on social media if you're interested in, or in the comment section below, if you're interested in us doing another raid race coverage. If you guys are interested in it, we'll definitely do it. But other than that, I want to personally thank for the team. I want to personally thank our patrons. They've made it possible for us to do stuff like the raid race, and also to bring on amazing talent like Frankie 2 times here, and support our sister podcast, the Side Quest podcast with Eric's, that covers all other games. So we've got a lot of great content. If you want to support us, hit up Patreon. That's the most direct way to support us. Subscribe to the podcast here on Twitch, or like and follow the YouTube channel if you're watching it right now. Get our name out there. That's the best way for that to happen. Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Well said.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, for another show. GG's.
GG's.
Bye.
Bye.
Guardians
Bye.
out.
There you go.